Can we text her real quick to tell her that she hasn't turned off her camera?
Oh.
She said she didn't. I don't know.
She said she was just gonna mute her mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Half-Ass Crew. Can you hear us?
They probably got an ad playing at the moment, so.
Oh, what is this?
Well, if they're just now coming in, yeah, maybe.
I don't see anyone
Or
responding
did
to
you
that.
tweet it out? Because I'll retweet it.
It probably
same.
automatically tweeted. I can't check my
Yes.
new phone because something's happening.
Yep.
Yep.
Retweet.
I did it.
The word of God just followed me. How interesting.
Good for you. That's
Run.
exciting.
There we go.
Run.
And Becca's roommates attacked the computer.
See
I'm
that?
not surprised. Of course.
Maybe
We
this
can't
isn't the
hear
moment
that.
where we should have-
That's fine.
Are we ready? Let me go.
Guys, you're not seeing anything exciting. We promise.
Are they her roommates?
Now you can say hi.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
Hi.
What was that, Mike? That was Mike.
Yeah.
Mike's left the game. So, are you going to introduce
I'm a little
Just
offended.
gonna
You
wave
guys
at
were,
each other.
I was waving and none of you waved back. Just saying.
There's a delay.
There is a delay.
wave. This person?
This is there. All right.
This person?
We're starting the stream. Goodbye.
All right, I'm going to bed. Okay,
Get out of here.
fans. You can't
Okay,
get
bye.
out of my apartment. I'm waiting for Jenna to leave.
Let's
Are
go
they
sit
your
behind you,
roommates?
Pete.
I can't see because of the low quality of my camera, and I'm like, they look like they're 8.
One of them was my roommate. The other two are just friends of ours
Okay.
who happen to basically live here anyway.
You
But
are
they
really,
wanted to say hi.
Becca.
What?
You're really pixely tonight.
I don't know why. I'm not on
So's your
mine.
mom. Oh.
Burn.
Hold on.
No, I don't.
Better.
You can tell Mike can come back now since all your friends left.
Wow, that was really convenient.
Like new.
Dick.
It's totally not why I left.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Totally not.
Whatever.
Are we ready?
Are we ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Then let us
Do it.
begin. And play the music. The music is not playing. Previously on Half-Ass Crew, gnawed and clawed by the Slod Squad. Our half-assed heroes hoof it back to Timberside to gather their resources and plan the search for Seville. Upon arriving at the Guild Hall, the most accurately named building in Timberside, they find that their residence is occupied by others, and the table is still right where it belongs. With a quick inspection, their residence is With a quick inspection, it seems that Torkal has sent help, as the once empty rooms seem to be accounted for now. Once things are settled, Ross retires for the night and Aldrich disappears. The rest of the group attempts to find out what's in Chester, and while finding all the gold they can find, Thordred manages to pull out a mysterious piece of paper that no one can read. Chester says one word about its purpose: recipe. Could this be the infamous dwarf roid process that Seville uses? The crew contemplates a way to find how to read it after deciding to wait for the rest of the group. Aldrich disappears. Wayrin and... damn it, Dustin.
No.
Wayrin and Thordred head out to find Aldrich. Sorry, guys. The document
We love you.
is completely messed up. Back into character! As Wayrin and Thor search for Aldrich, they find him in the bar. It's clear that he wants to be left alone. Oh god, it's all messed up. This is not what I typed. Put it together, we're
It's
doing it
cool.
live.
Fuck it,
You
we're
got
doing
this,
it.
Boo. You got this.
Aldrich makes it clear that he wants to be left alone, and Thorgrin is done with his witcher ass. So our lovable dwarf refills his flasks, shares a drink with me, and they head out to the woods to see if the rebel gnome can sense any sign from his former people. Poor Wee. The next morning, Tuck is visited by a tiny girl who would like to hire the half-ass crew to find her toy unicorn. As Sarah tells her tale, on a distant plain, the cries of a million ovaries shout out as one and are destroyed. Tuck, confused and unsure how to deal with the human pup, agrees and heads off with the child under her arm. As Wayrin miscommunicates the kidnapping of the child to Ross, the rest of the crew quickly follows after as they search for this poor little girl's lost toy. During the search, they happen across two giant frogs things attacking a human. In natural half-assed fashion, the crew comes to the rescue, only to realize that the human is not what he appears to be, as he turns into a slod as well. The battle is rough, and the crew takes a vicious beating, and once again, something bad, diseasey, happens to Wayrin. Seriously, guys, that gnome needs to, like, a permanent bubble or something. Just put him in something. Tupperware? Do they make Tupperware gnome-sized? Eventually, the sloths are turned into salad as the crew wonders what's up with the little girl's lost toy. As they look for it, it bounds out of the forest. Yes, that's right, guys. It bounds out of the forest. It's a freaking unicorn! A unicorn! Unicorn. As the unicorn gets all horny with the gnome and cures him of his new disease, he explains that he is sort of a guardian that was given to the girl for protection by her mother. He asks the secret be kept safe, and Hack agrees, and decides to pay this woman a visit. Perhaps she can explain the mysterious note. Aldrich pays the button price for returning the toy, and Wayrin might need to find a tailor. It seems Elizabeth and Sarah moved here from Broken Hollow, and her magic is strong as she takes a look at the piece of paper and says that it appears to be a recipe. Well, wait, no, we don't know that yet. I jumped the gun. We find out that now! I've been drinking, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. It's been late. I don't know what I'm doing. I wasn't prepared, obviously. Are Thorgrin and Aldrich Splitsville? Will Elizabeth read the note? See? I did it right. Can Raywin find his people? Who is living in the guild house? And when do they march north to search for Seville? This has been Bartholomew Burnside, but you can call me Bonnie. I'm gonna go and leave and bury my shame. Watch now as Half-Ass Crew plays D&D!
How do they keep getting better? How? How do they keep getting better?
My word. Also, the mom of the little girl's name, that was Elizabeth. She's the one that we're trying to get to read the blank piece of paper. Sarah is the little girl, and she has a brother named Sam. That's
Correct. Also, hey, Dustin?
No, this
Can you
is
hear me?
Patrick.
Yes?
We're not starting the Discord.
No, not that again.
No, I would. That was it. That was it.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you.
Aaron, Tuck,
You can
just
hear me?
remember to...
Yeah?
I want you to mark down that you have a point of inspiration from Moi for that. Because that was your best one yet.
I messed
And
it
I
up
wasn't
in the middle of it.
I don't even care.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I am marking it down.
just take the
Keep it
inspiration.
I am taking the inspiration. Oh,
Knocking
man.
it down.
That was rough.
That was rough.
I was going to do something else. Well, that was a very exciting
How are we gonna top that?
We don't.
Intro?
We just stop.
Yeah.
No, that's it. That's done. That's the
We're
stream.
done,
Bye, guys.
We're out.
I'll go home now. Just kidding. No, I did a lot of shit for tonight. Anyway,
That's good.
it is good,
The
sort
shit
of.
is also
You know?
good.
Is it really good? I don't know.
It just means
That's
we
the
have
real
more time to roll new characters. No, that's not. No, Ross, come back. I love
Oops,
you.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, I was grabbing my headphones.
I thought you were literally walking away from us.
Red,
What I said.
I'm just gonna chill.
That's better.
That sucks. Okay, so, anything announcement-wise, really quick, before we go diving headfirst into this?
They're all very pretty.
Let's dive
I
right into
changed
it.
my Twitter handle.
Oh, really? What'd you change it to?
Bearded Viking 13.
Yes!
I was thinking about changing mine, but I was sort of like, nah, everyone knows me as Todd, so.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Anyway, okay, well, there you go. Charles is now Bearded Viking 13. So,
And I still haven't
Haven't
changed all the
you-
overlays, so whatever.
That's cool. Whatever.
it's okay. We're working
No
with
one
what we
follows
got.
me anyway.
Oh,
Oh, shut up.
oh, oh.
What number did you just hit?
Right,
400.
400.
Oh,
You know,
Yeah,
400
exactly.
individual people with like bodies and souls who, follow
That's a
you
lot of
and
people.
pay attention to the
20%
things that you write.
But-
400 of them.
350 and 50 bots.
Yeah.
Still, those bots are controlled by at least one person.
So at
Are
least
they
one
all
person
controlled?
likes you
No.
50 times more than other people.
All right.
Okay.
Alright, let's do it.
Anyway, so like Dustin said, the last thing that you guys were doing, you had just brought the Unicron
Lucky.
toy back for Sarah, and you had a conversation with her mom, who has a very large burn on the side of her face, covering half of her face and over her eye. And you found out that she has true sight and would be able to read the note that you guys got from Chester.
Yep.
So that's where we left off, which you guys are still standing in there, like,
We're still awkwardly standing in her kitchen.
unless you guys
I
go
went-
stepped
I've been
outside.
for 3 weeks.
I went to talk with the little kid and told her to keep the unicorn with her, and I left.
Okay, so then you're either right outside or in
I think
that
we're
general
right
area.
outside.
Okay.
Didn't you say it was
then-
going to take some time or something to read it, or was she going to read it instantly?
wait, I don't
Because I
think
can bring it over.
we, yeah, I thought we left
I don't
it.
think we
I
told
don't
her
think you
about
had
it.
it.
We
you
left
just-
it.
Yeah, nothing was actually said to her about it.
I asked if
Um,
she had true sight.
And then we sort of insight checked her and found she's like, cool.
Yeah, she was being honest.
We cool.
Also, I need to tell you guys, I just wrote like the most horrible note ever about her. I wrote, Elizabeth has a super huge face burn, like, whoa.
Accurate.
Note that I wrote down.
Good job.
Ross has no chill. Ross has no chill confirmed. Wow, 0 chill.
No, Ross has plenty of chill. I have no chill. Danny has no
I have no doubt.
chill. Sorry, Elizabeth. I'm sure you're a really lovely person.
She's like, no man,
She has a
it's
great
cool. I'm
personality.
just an NPC. No.
All right.
I'm sorry. Okay, continue.
Look at that, she's fucked off. Oh no, that
she's organizing stuff. She's there.
You can't do
Uh,
that while I'm drinking wine.
she sort of transformed into her chair, and I'm like, oh, she's already fucked off.
Nah, I was writing something down. Sorry.
Like, what?
So you guys are all outside at the current moment. What do you want to do?
That's
I
not
wanna
up
go
to me.
Like
back
to
to
go.
the guild house and
Yeah.
get the recipe card.
Did you say wrecking ball?
Recipe card, but close.
What time of day is it? How late is it? Or
Um, At this point, I think it was like mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Because Sarah had come to you in the morning, and you spent most of the morning fighting off the slots. So it's probably mid to late afternoon, like 3 o'clock-ish. So you still have plenty of day left.
I turn to Wee and I look at him and I say, Wavern, I told you that once we had given the unicorn back to Sarah, we would go and we would try and see if your tribe was there. Would you still like to do that?
I think I need a drink after this slod nonsense and getting disease twice in like a week. That's a pretty big
Like
deal.
3 days.
I don't know I don't know what our timeline's been. Thor, could you help out?
Right.
Hold a hand out.
I've still got some of that. I've still got some of the vial.
No,
Oh,
you
I'd
need
like
to
to-
keep that to yourself.
I'd like to stay standing, Ross, please.
Right.
I put it back.
Betty G. Diane.
You did much better with it than I did.
You can have Carol. Just
Thank you.
she's a smaller one, sort of circle
Carol's a
shaped.
whore.
Gnome sized.
Better
So
than
it's
Harmony.
more gnome size.
Yeah, I take a long drag.
Oh, yeah, I'm damaged. Okay.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
saw
I
my
haven't even
voice.
looked.
I looked
Like,
at my
okay.
HP. I was like, wait a second.
Oh, fuck.
Oh
No,
no,
that's
okay.
cool. I'm like bruised. It's cool.
But
Tuck wants to know who's been sleeping in my bed, kind of Three Bears in, with the guild.
yeah, let's figure out the guild hall since it's right there, and I point like 3 houses down. We could go
You
to the
do
woods
one of those
tomorrow.
camera panning things.
Yeah, it just like slightly moves over.
Yeah, it just
We
slightly
also-
moves.
Should we also take the blank piece of paper over to Elizabeth as well?
We should also do that. Not that I'm
We could do
leading
that
or
tonight.
anything.
Later, yeah. I think
Alright.
if I remember, they were starting to cook when we ended last time. So
Yeah, they were.
we could give them time to eat, and then we'll come back.
Let's
over
wait
later.
until a couple of hours until maybe Sarah's possibly gone to bed. I doubt it's something that her mother wants to read while her daughter is awake and staring at her.
That's actually quite smart. Yes.
What is this?
Lunch.
I would imagine sundown.
I'd start meandering over towards back to the guild hall.
I follow just in case he gets drunk enough to divert.
Yeah, Hayate kind of pads next to you, kind of like looking at you, like. "Who's that?"
I put all my D&D stuff in this stupid bag that's in my closet. Hang on.
I just looked up and she was gone.
Sorry.
Come back.
You're like, we're all kind of disappearing. I follow Wee and Tuck.
I'll
Okay,
tell
are you
everyone.
guys all?
Yeah. We're all of them.
What are you doing with that? Why are you taking your blanket out, you craze?
Okay, it's official. I'm too big done.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, the dog.
You have a dog?
David, what did you?
I'm house sitting.
Oh.
Hence the 4th location that I have background.
I don't pay attention to your backgrounds because they always change. I always make sure that it's still you.
Exactly. I've
And I'm
never
like,
at the
okay.
same place. Bubba, why are you pulling your blanket out, you crazy baby?
Cool, let's go to the guild house.
Yes.
Pretty much. I got things to do.
Off to a flying start. Oh.
David, were you trying to say something?
Aldrich's brooding.
Who? Me?
Yeah, you.
Am I coming in? Hello?
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. I thought you were trying to say something, and I didn't know. Maybe
No,
not.
no.
No, never mind. Okay. Forget it. All right. So anyway,
Perfect.
you guys make your way back to the guild hall, and as you guys walk in, you immediately smell food being cooked and prepared.
Oh, that smells
Something on fire?
good. Wait, no one's.
And it does smell It smells very tasty, and like you guys we're kind of hungry. You're like out adventuring all morning, and that's
Did you
Um,
guys cook something before you left the guild house?
No.
No, we know what's his. Torqual told
Right.
us we have new members, so maybe they're back.
I'm gonna go eat it.
I pulled up a hand and I stealth.
I don't.
Yeah.
Tuck, Tuck,
Why
and,
am I trying?
Tuck and
Why
I
am
go for the food.
Wasn't me.
It wasn't Aldrich this time.
I go to the kitchen.
Rob says fuck it and goes upstairs.
Tuck says I love you. No, she doesn't. I
So, Tuck and Thordrin, as you got crap,
As you
as
crap.
you guys,
do. Oh no.
yeah, as you guys walk into the kitchen, you actually see 3 different people, kind of all gathered around the table, not necessarily sitting. There is one sitting like on a bar stool, and then the other 2 are kind of leaning on the table. The first actually appears to be hold on, I have the thing.
She has the
Where
note.
it go?
She has the thing.
I do. He actually appears to be a white dragonborn. Which you guys had seen a silver one on the ship that you guys
Okay.
crossed
Yeah.
on.
So it's not our first
So they're
thing.
not like, yeah, they're kind of uncommon, but they're not. It like you know what they are, who they are, and that sort of thing. He's dressed in. Yes. What?
I don't know what dragonborns are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you know what they are. Like
Continue. Sorry.
so. He's dressed in like leather armor, and he has, you can see there's a couple of daggers along his belt, and currently he has his hood down, but you could see that easily it could be flipped up for some sneaky ninja action if need be. Next to him is, where's the other one? That was the wrong direction.
You can do it.
Is actually my favorite because you see on the bar stool a little halfling. He has a mohawk kind of going down the front of his head with purple blonde tint in it. The shaved sides, dark brown. If any of you have seen my Twitter for the past like 3 days, you know what he
I'm
looks
trying
like.
not to because I'm not trying to metagame.
I know I don't want to metagame. I don't know who this is.
Okay, you don't know who it is, but you know who it is.
Continue describing them because people might not have seen.
That's true. Good point. All right, so you can tell currently he's just in kind of like a plain like white tunic and kind of baggy pants. And you can see that he actually has 4 different tattoos on his arm. He has different symbols, it looks like, up and down both of his arms. And he has freckles across his face, a little beard going down across his chin. And he is a short little halfling currently sitting on the stool next to the dragonborn. And
Do you have a goatee?
Thordrin, no, it's just it's like a chin strap beard. Don't look at me like that. It's adorable. Anyway,
I did nothing. Nothing.
Whatever. Don't insult my character.
I did
Take
nothing.
1d6 psychic damage. DM's curse.
Thordrin and Tuck, as you look at the third person, you recognize the scruffy blonde fighter, and you also see a hawk perched on his shoulder. And he turns to you guys and he kind of nods and he's like, I see you found your way home.
Tree man!
I see you. I see you've found our kitchenware. And I go into the kitchen and I eat whatever's there.
I'm not there. I want there.
You find a
Cool,
very
talk,
nice
man.
layout of steak and potatoes and just a very filling meal.
Oh,
in
Oh man,
general.
I want to eat so bad. I'm gonna mute in a minute. I'm sorry. Okay. Go for it.
I've been writing down all the people that are around the table, and I wrote Vincent.
So Seth, indeed, he kind of looks at you guys, and he's like, there was not really more information. I'm assuming Ross filled you guys in at this point.
Aye. You mean about Ray and such?
He kind of nods.
That she did.
And he looks over at the other two. And he kind of nods to the two who are also sitting at the table. And the Dragonborn actually gets up, grabs kind of a plate of food and walks out. And the halfling does the same, kind of scampers off the stool and walks out of the room. At this point, anybody who hadn't walked in to the kitchen now sees these two figures. The Dragonborn and the halfling kind of walk out into that main area. And they both are carrying plates, and they kind of go up to where their bunk and stuff was.
Was
and-
one of their bunks my room?
No, they were in you guys had your rooms.
There was like a
there
barracks.
was there was a barracks.
That was
I
an
haven't-
extension.
Any of this, unless you want me to retcon that and just say I'm there.
Nope, you went up to your room.
I did. My
So
best
you'll
friend
see in a
is in the house
second.
that I left.
So as they walk out, who the fuck are you?
I'm gonna break the awkwardness by going, I'll go get Ross, and I go and get Ross.
And with a mouthful of food, I'm just like, Aldrich, be nice. God damn it.
Hurry
Seth
to put
kinda
your name
looks at
become
you,
a fire.
and he's like, "I'll get her," and he kind of tickles his hawk under her chin, and the hawk actually flies off of his shoulder ahead of you and up the stairs. If you still want to go up towards Ross, you can.
Yeah,
but the hawk
I will.
The hawk, when you get up there, is like sitting in front of the door.
I look at the fucking bird, and I knock on the door.
Sheila.
The bird then
I,
goes down and pecks at the door.
Your fucking birdman's here, and I walk away.
Akila! And I kind of
Bless
I
you.
kind of pat my shoulder and kind of pat my shoulder.
She hops past you, looks at Hayate, and flies up and sits on Hayate.
Little devil. It says here. Oh, tree
Freaking
man.
bird
Yes.
smellers,
I
man.
already
Forgot that.
left. I said your fucking birdman's here, and I walked
I
back
just
down the
I
stairs.
forgot that I was talking to Akila. Look. I go downstairs.
Okay. You go downstairs, and now you see the halfling and dragonborn standing in the middle of the room as well. Aldrich, as you ask them, "Who the fuck are you?" The
Who
dragonborn
the fuck are you?
looks at you, and says, "Well, we're two of your new recruits. We've been running the show here while you've been away. Oh, pardon me. My name is Helios." And he kind of
I don't care who you are.
Don't worry about Aldrich, he's just an ass.
But Aldrich, you just asked who they are.
Yep. Get the common courtesies out of the way so they can fucking leave.
Why are you?
The
what do you mean?
dragonborn kind of side eyes the halfling, and he's like, "I'm gonna go eat." And he continues up the stairs. towards
Rule
the
one:
barracks.
never meet your idols.
I wouldn't think you were with their idols.
I know.
The-
That's the joke. That's fine.
The halfling, also with a plate of food, is kind of staring down at his food and looks up at you, Aldrich, like, hi. he's like 3'1".
I'm like 6'5".
Yeah.
You still failed the strength check.
So
Up.
Against
I
me.
killed a dragon.
That I
And you
had
couldn't
to
even
the
take a
plate.
half out.
I killed the
everyone.
he has the plate and he kind of looks up and he's like, I'm Spyro, I'm gonna go now. And kind of skirts around you and
Oh, I
continues up the
forgot his
stairs.
name is actually Spyro.
So cute.
That was my nostalgia. That was
Okay,
my
I'm
He
gonna-
kind of
nostalgia.
skirts around and goes up the stairs, passing both of them passing you, Ross, as you're coming down.
All right. I go down the stairs and I immediately just go into the kitchen and I see Seth and I run at him and I just hug him.
He welcomes your embrace and he kind of pats you on the back and he's like, we have work to do. We can't stay
do.
here long.
Like I
And he
finished
kind
my
of looks
food,
at the
right?
rest of you. Yes, you can finish your food.
Thanks.
I'm gonna go
What
up
did
into my
you-
room and start making potions.
All right,
What did
that's
you
fine.
learn? You told me that you had news. I have news as well. We need to talk.
What do you know? Because it might be the same.
Oh God, I hope it's not. I hope you have something new. We learned about an elf named Seville. He's a sorcerer.
And at this, you see almost every muscle in his body tense.
What? What do you know about him?
That he is most definitely behind this. What else do you know?
He rides up
Um,
dwarves?
He's been creating these mutants with extreme strength and constitution and stamina that revere him highly. He's been paying them. We ran into two of them and managed to get information out of them. Said one of them mentioned Feywild.
He kind of looks down at his feet and almost like puts his hand in his hand. Do you know anything else about the Fae?
Well, they're my favorite enemy. What should I know about the Fey?
No, Most are asking specifically like
100
regards
to
to
0
this
roleplay
situation.
in like 3 seconds. That's amazing. That was almost as good as this last night. That was funny. Okay, let it keep going.
What is
let
he
it keep
asking?
going.
I'm sorry. What is he asking?
More so like what do you know in this situation rather than the Fae in general? Like any of the
The only
details that you
thing-
might
The only thing we got out of him about the Fae was the plane. He did tell us the locations of where the keep and the lair are. The keep is underground in the Oakenwood Forest, and the lair. Said the lair was in the Keep of Wilds.
He kind of looks and he's almost speechless. And he seems to be kind of looking for the right words. And then he looks back at you. And then actually looks over at Thordrin. And he's like, did you say that they were dwarves earlier?
Right, yeah, dwarves attacked us when we fought the dragon. Oh, and we have his like magic chest.
As
Oh right, where's Chester? And I
Spelling
drop
you.
my steak and I run off.
Oh God. Yes,
I think
Chester.
I kind of.
Can I sleight of hand and pick up his steak? 'Cause I'm
It's
hungry.
it's your steak. Because I already ate all of mine and I stole yours.
I look at Seth
Yeah,
and
face.
I just guess they were dwarves.
He kind of looks back and he's like, well, they're not all dwarves. We've run into a few as well.
Or any of them else.
There were a couple of elves, a dragonborn. There was a Goliath that almost didn't end well. There's a lot of them.
You fought a Goliath that was amped up like those things.
Yeah, he kind of winces
Yes.
as you mention it. Look, we're fine. We made it through. It's fine.
Seth, where did you fight them? How recently? That was the same. That was the same as Sour Dan's crew. It was an elf, a dragonborn, and a Goliath. Do you think that could have been them?
He said. He kind of looks. He's like, where were they at?
In Ashbourne, by the pier.
That's where we fought well, that was where the crew was. We fought the dwarves in Ashbourne.
No, we fought the dwarves in whatever the fuck it was.
Lightshade.
Lampshade, that's right.
Light.
He thinks for a second to himself and he's like, well, they weren't all at the same time.
So it was different groups.
Yeah, and the Goliath was only a day or two ago.
Okay, maybe it might not have been them. It's possible. That would have been very fast. We only just left them a couple of days ago. He would have had to find them and give them this recipe and train them. I surely it wasn't the same people.
I go back to just sipping on Carol.
Well, I just kind of shake my head and I forge ahead. What else have you learned? You said you've been fighting them. Have you noticed any weaknesses? Anything that we can take with us to as any kind of attack?
Not yet. And actually, he kind of looks back towards the door. That halfling out there has also encountered them.
Yeah?
On his way to Timberside, he found a couple. He's a cleric, and he was at a few temples and on his way, I guess. I haven't gotten the full story because I only just arrived this morning. But he seems to think that there might be some sort of way to reverse it.
Really?
Reverse the potion, but he doesn't know how. There might be a way, but they haven't found anything that has worked. He tried everything and he declared.
Well, we found the recipe.
Might help.
And I drew the.
And looks at you and he's like, recipe for what?
We think
For like the Roy juice. I push
We
it.
think
for
we
like
may-
the Roy juice thing.
We think we may have found the recipe card that includes the ingredients of how to create this mutation that he gives them. He said
Yeah,
they said it was a potion. We think we may have found but it's an illusory script. It's the same thing that you used to write to me.
Also that.
But we also think that we know someone who might be able to read it.
Yeah. I'm just your hype man right now.
I love
And
it.
he kind of takes a step back and almost leans back against the wall. And as he does this, Thordrin, you come running back into the kitchen area, chasing Chester.
Oh, get back here, you wee little box.
It's in there.
And Chester like skids in front of Seth. You have that.
Yeah, that he's mine.
You do. It was being held by a dragon.
That we
Yeah, that
killed.
might not
What?
go so well.
What?
Why?
That's like his pet.
Seville?
Yeah. We
Hey.
heard some rumors that it had gone missing.
Chester, why didn't you tell us via your one-word telescripts? And I
Don't hit
I don't-
Chester.
Yeah, but he
I
said
don't
he
think
can't be found
I
by
wish-
like that. We asked
He
him.
kind of he looks at the chest and kind of almost starts inspecting it, and you see Chester's tongue kind of loll out of the mouth,
It's just so cute. It's a wee little box.
and he's like looking at it.
Chester? Can I
He
can I
kind of
ask?
turns up to you like,
I look at Seth and I say, if we ask him basic questions, he can usually respond. Chester, while you were with Seville, was there a dark-haired elf there?
the
Did you
chest.
see a dark-haired elf?
His tongue kind of comes back in, and you see him like kind of sit for a second, and a piece of paper comes out, and Seth.
Take it.
I was gonna say Seth grabs it and then kind of hands
I
it to
really
you,
wanted
'cause
to
he was
grab it.
down next to
Okay.
it.
I look at it.
It says yes.
Dun dun dun.
That was me. I was playing on it. I strummed on my lute.
It's like the guy with the CSI keyboard. Dun, dun.
Seth kind of takes it out of your hand and
I'm
looks
shaking.
at it. And you just see him kind of toss the piece of paper.
What did
Why
it
would
say?
it say? I went and go get it.
Do they have him?
Oh.
There. He's there.
Oh.
I mean, don't lots of elves have dark
Okay.
hair? I don't know if that's a thing or not. Glug glug glug.
Seth kind of looks at you
We
and he goes,
give me
"You're
that
right."
back.
However,
Yeah, I hand it back to Thordra, and I look sad.
I think that's enough
Right.
for you.
Seth just kind of, you can almost see him trembling in anger as well. And he looks down at the chest. And then looks back up at you, Ross. It's not going to be easy to find him, especially if he's in the Feywild. And he kind of starts to, like, pace almost, like,
Chester.
back and forth between the two.
Chester. Which of the two? Where was it, the lair or the keep that you saw him?
You see the chest, again, kind of almost shake itself. It's kind of like he can sense your feelings, like, tell how you are. And so you see him kind of shake for a little bit, and then again the tongue kind of comes out, and you have a
Take
piece of
it.
paper,
You take the piece of paper.
and all it said was Feywild.
Is it that they both? Is it that they're both the same place? If you enter either the keep or you enter the lair, do you end up in the same place? Are they both entrances to the Feywild?
At this point, Seth turns around and looks at you, and he goes, "No, it's just the one. We've been doing some digging of our own.
Which one?
The lair, the one where they're creating them."
Of course. Goddamn Keeper Wild. I never thought I'd hate a forest.
We're
As much as I hate that one. So all you know is that you saw him in. So you've been to the Feywild. You don't have to answer that, Chester. It was rhetorical. I'm thinking out loud. So you saw him in the Feywild. I just start muttering to myself, and I start pacing around the room.
At this point, Seth kind of he goes to almost grab your shoulder and then decides better of it, and then looks at you, Thordrin, and whoever else happens to be standing there, and he says, "You said you had a note that came out of the chest."
Yeah, it was.
But we cannot read it because it's blank and it needs true sight, I think.
But we asked him what it was, and he spat out the word recipe.
I when I reached in, I thought about Seville, and that's what I pulled out. We didn't know
Did you
what
also
it
say
says.
that you had somebody who could read the note?
Well, we did a favor. We can call in this recently added favor.
Yeah, let's do that because I want to leave here tomorrow morning.
I'm going with
all of you. With all of you and that cleric. He knows just as much as we know about them. I know you don't really know him. However, he was hired for your guild. And from talking to him this morning, he could be a huge help.
If he can help us find Ray, then he's coming.
Seth again kind of like looks down at his feet. It's like, we'll find him, Ross.
Alright, we'll find him. We'll help you at
Let's go
least.
see Elizabeth. Let's go see Elizabeth. She's just down the street.
Alright, let's call in the favor. I sort of edge.
It's just reading a note. We'll pay her if we have to. I just walk out.
Do you have you walking out to the street?
Yeah.
I pick up Chester. I'm like, all right, yeah, do you wanna go? Birdman.
Seth kind of raises his eyebrow and he's like, I'll let you guys take care of it. I will convince the young halfling to come with us.
All right, but you know she doesn't like it when you fuck off, right? And I leave.
You can hear him almost chuckling behind you as you head out. I'm
gonna grab a steak off the counter or table or whatever.
Hey Thor, you better come with. I just picked up Chester.
And just eat it as we walk over there.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not there.
Thordrin, Aldrich, Reed.
That's how I was making potions, so as soon as you can get to me rolling, we'll do that.
Okay.
That'll take an hour.
I'll go with the party to read the note.
Okay. Thordrin, are you going with?
Yes.
Who has the note?
Chester has it.
Yeah, we put it back in Chester.
I was just saying, I think they put it back in Chester.
Yep.
Which is why Tuck now has him under her arm.
Cool. I like it.
Aldrich, if you want to go ahead and roll.
Excuse me.
Tuck is the most attractive.
If you want to go ahead and roll a while, before we get into what they're doing.
It'd be 3 rolls for 3 potions. It's most I can make in an hour.
Yep, that's okay. Go ahead and roll through all 3 of them.
All right, these are all level 5 potions, so I don't know if it ups the DC or not. You're the one that said everything.
Yep, I got it.
That is a 9.
That one does not work out so well. You kind of you're like messing with it, and you. A what?
The next one's a 20 modified.
That one is fine. It settles into like its normal color. The first one kind of bubbles over and spills everywhere, and you're like, "Damn it!" And then you can do the second one, normal set, everything's fine. Go to the third one.
That one is a 12.
That just barely makes it. So again, sort of, it starts to almost bubble a little bit, and then it fizzles and settles back down.
All right.
So you got 2 of the 3.
2 of my 3. I got my full moon and my fucking healing potion. All right. That is all I got.
All right. So then the rest of you head back over to Elizabeth's, and you kind of come up the side door, the same one that Sarah had led you in earlier. You knock on the door, and actually Sarah opens it and sees you guys, and she goes, "Oh, we just got done eating dinner. Hold on." And she kind of turns around and runs. And she's like, you can hear her yelling through the house, like, "Mom!"
Mom, is someone here for you?
About 5 seconds later, Elizabeth comes walking back, and she sees the chest under your arm tuck, and kind of looks at it.
So
no,
Elizabeth,
we got
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Do you remember when I asked you earlier if you had true sight?
Yes.
Is it all possible we're gonna need that. Something for me.
Tuck, you mind turning him around?
She looks at the group of you that's sitting there.
Are we inside now?
Yeah, you guys at this point have like all gathered kind of in that same like potion room.
Okay.
I reach in and I pull out the.
She looks.
Think about the note and I pull it out. And I hand it to Ross.
Okay. She looks at you. She's like, "What do you need?"
Can you read this? And I pull it back to me and I say, I need you to know that whatever is written on this, you cannot tell anyone but us. I need your solemn promise.
She looks at you, and for a second, you swear that you can see her eye where the burn is glow a little bit and then dissipate, and you almost feel better about the whole thing and about having her read the note. And she nods and she's like, "I promise," and kind of holds her hand out to you.
Yeah, this isn't some secret love letter shit. This is a little bit more important than that.
I hand it to her.
She takes it carefully out of your hand and unfolds it and kind of looks down at it.
Can I give her some, can I set up beside her like a transcribing thing in the sense that she can transcribe it so that we can read it? Or...
Yeah, well, as she's looking at it, she kind of almost like reaches behind her and grabs like pen and paper. And she says, "Well, first of all, whoever wrote this has really terrible handwriting. So that sucks. But
an added layer of
the very top,
you'll never get through.
It clearly says antidote.
Antidote.
And it looks like a recipe of some kind.
Can you write it all down for me?
Give me one moment." And she kind of takes it, and as she's writing on the note, she writes it down. She folds up the piece of paper that was invisible with the actual list still sitting there. "I would get rid of this.
Which one? Which one is she holding?
She's holding the invisible one. I take it from her hand.
I would get rid of it and not speak of it.
I hand it to Reed and I say, light it on fire.
Prestidigitation.
Just a little puff of smoke and flame, and it's gone. She takes the other piece of paper, and she looks at you, and it says antidote at the top, and then has 3 numbers. A 1, a 4, and a 2. She looks at you guys. I didn't write the ingredients down because I obviously don't know what it's for. However, I am going to tell you what it is. But that's up to you to remember.
I took a feat. I took a feat where I can remember everything I've seen and heard for up to a month.
There you go. That will
yeah. So that's
listen carefully, Tuck. Listen carefully.
Tuck is our tablet.
So
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm the physical representation of Tuck's ability.
Yes. Good, because I am the antithesis of this
that
feat.
ability.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
I
got you.
Okay. I'm trying to find the ability so that I. What?
No, I mean, I was to say, I know that's a thing.
Yeah.
Keen
It's
mind.
one of those things where, like, you
keen
guys
mind.
as players can write it down, but technically you don't have, like, the ingredients written down. It's just strictly the numbers.
Trust me, Roz will not forget a single word.
Yeah. Accurately recall anything you've seen or heard within the past month. I'm going to take Observant in the
I'm
next
gonna
one.
take Observant too.
Oh well, in that case, I don't know.
I've been planning on taking that one for. Anyway.
So she looks
what
at you
does
guys.
it say?
Yeah.
It's 1, 4, and a 2, and she says the 1 is a troll toe, like toe of a troll.
Yep.
The 4 wyvern teeth. And then 2 wings of a sprite.
Did it say anything else about how to make this? Does it need to sit for hours, overnight? Is there anything else?
Do you got to eat it?
What temperature does the oven have to be at?
Right? Do you bake it? Do you broil?
Do you like smash it?
Do you put the wet stuff together first and then add it to the dry stuff?
Do you got to like sieve it? Because I hate
Do you
that.
crush the beetle wings with the edge of your knife, or do you chop them?
Is that a Harry Potter reference? Oh my god!
And
I hate you all.
Oh.
I didn't say a
That's-
thing.
You gotta roll
Okay,
it
I
with the
only
knife.
need most
Oh.
of you.
Sorry,
Like
I
I
was
said.
checking my inventory because I thought I had wire and teeth, and I don't. I have.
We have a
Um,
question, well, you're even
You know somebody that might have a number of these things.
I feel sorry for the sprite we have to kill.
I don't.
I have a
She
character
looks at
who's
you-
a sprite, so.
And then she kind of looks around and she's like, "Where's the tall guy with the white hair?"
He's
Excuse
fucking
me?
off.
Being an ass.
Oh,
She
him!
kind of
Aldrich
squints
Tuck.
for a second and she's like, "He'll know how to make the potion."
If he'll even help us. Thank you. Thank you.
She nods and she folds up the piece of paper with the numbers and also hands it to you.
Oh,
take
I'll
it.
take that.
He's like,
Oh.
hands it to Ross.
Okay.
Sorry.
I love you,
More
Tuck.
specific.
Whatever.
You're really pretty.
Tuck is a 4. Like, let's be honest. Tuck is a 4.
Let's be honest. Okay.
All right, so
Tuck is like an orc pug. Like,
I look
You
at
have-
Elizabeth. I think, would you like payment for this?
she looks down and she's like, kind of looks over towards through the doorway that Sarah had run earlier. Shakes her head and she goes, "No, You were a big help this morning. That's all I can. That's at least the least I could do to help you.
Has Sam come home?
No, I think he's still out hunting. He was with a couple of his friends. I'm not. He does it on a daily basis. I'm not concerned.
Okay.
They go as a group. So.
Why do you think Aldrich will be able to help us?
He makes potions, Doc.
How did she know that?
He uses his potions all the time. He took our table to make potions.
How'd she
She
know
didn't
that
fucking. She didn't fucking know that.
I
And he
expressed
Probably knows who
interest.
Witcher is.
I have a feeling she knows what he is and what he
Yeah.
does.
That's
Right,
the basic gist of it.
Elizabeth.
And she kind of nods and she's like, I've seen one or two before.
I think Elizabeth has a lot of knowledge of things that we've only scratched the surface of.
God, I don't fucking know anything anymore.
Neither do I.
No, Elizabeth, you have a guild. Your expertise may come in handy.
It's very true.
Recruiting.
She
If you ever in
Kinda
need of any extra
nods her head. If you were to ever need mass quantities of something or specialty items, feel free to stop by.
Thank you.
I've got. You said that you're traveled a lot. Or you've
Pretty
been-
much. A decent amount.
Where is Seth?
He didn't come with us.
He stayed at the house.
Of course he did. I say thank you so much. We truly, truly appreciate this. And I leave and I go back to the guild house.
So if you've traveled and stuff, you'd seen orcs, like that.
She nods and she's like, a while ago. It's been a few years. But yeah, there's some scattered about. They tend to stay a little farther north than where we're at now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Cool. So nice talking to you.
So you just
Kind
Homer
of-
Simpson out of the door.
Bye.
She just kind of watches you as you like awkwardly leave.
I have a 10
she's
charisma,
kind of-
by the way. I'm just playing it down.
I just sort of step.
Oh, good.
I flourish my hat. And like, thank you very much, Elizabeth. It was a pleasure helping your daughter. If you're ever at the Dragon's Nest and I'm playing a show, you should come. It's
Stop selling yourself. Let's go.
what?
You're not there!
Should be right outside.
Yeah, I'll come back again. Stop selling yourself. Let's go.
I'm going. Good day, my lady. And I walk out.
Shopper Gilmore's. Yeah, I have 12
She just
charisma.
kind of
It's fine.
laughs.
Just you wait till I have a chance to sing all these songs that I've been writing.
Reed
Oh
will,
jeez.
Oh,
Reed
man.
will slightly bow and then follow as Tuck drags toward and out by the ear.
I'm assuming you're like bowing.
So
Like
Oh,
the-
no, just like, just the head nod, little bow.
Oh,
thing, and
God, we're so weird.
You ever wonder if
Elizabeth
people
has,
think
like,
about
a
any?
shot, right?
Yeah, at this point, you can kind of tell that she's not really open currently. There's a lot of stuff that's strewn about and still in the process of being made.
Right.
But in general, yeah.
Well, I know this is an odd request. Do you have like a strip of
Cool.
leather
So we're gonna
or,
go back.
or some twine or anything like that, Elizabeth?
She kind of looks around and she goes, oh, maybe somewhere. And she starts kind of digging through one of the drawers and pulls out, what exactly are you looking for?
Well, I have a handful of direwolf canines, and I've been meaning to make a necklace out of it.
Mike's muted.
Oh.
No,
Oh,
you're
he's
not.
not.
He's
No,
not
it-
on ours.
Where am I? Why can I not hear Waren? Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna have to disable,
let me do it.
enable. Don't worry.
Okay. No, but yeah, so I need a strip of leather or twine or something to make a necklace out of this finally.
Okay, so she gives you like a
It's gonna freak Roz out a little bit.
nice piece of string, basically. She kind of looks at it. She's like, "That's good."
Yeah, perfect. That's perfect.
She hands it to you. She's like, "Yeah, there's some random junk lying around here, so."
Awesome. Do I owe you anything?
You're fine.
Okay, I've only got 2 more buttons. I don't know. I'm almost wiped out. So.
Oh, that was the best to come back to. I'm kind of running low, you know, and he sort of points to his
Yeah. Exactly.
Run me dry.
mine.
Well, thank you,
Buttons.
Elizabeth.
Your buttons are mine, Waren.
Watch it, you tuck.
Fear the button
Then
price.
I go back.
Okay.
Don't pay the ferryman. Pay him in buttons instead.
So I went back to the guild.
Didn't we all go back to the guild?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I went first. I went ahead of you guys, so I was just saying that if there was something that happened.
Yeah. No, yeah, you guys all come back into the guild house. And you see in the common area Seth and Spyro sitting there talking. The hawk is actually flying around the room, goes like through the table, like in between where the table's hanging and the ceiling, does a loop, goes back through the table.
Oh, good. So I got. Oh, good. So you didn't fuck off. Keep doing that more often, because you know. And I excuse myself and go to bed.
He kind of looks at you and he's like, "I'll try." And then he looks over at the halfling and looks back at you guys and kind of nods and he's like, "Well, do you want to tell him or should I?" And you see the halfling kind of almost shrink smaller. And he's like, yeah, you can do it. I'm okay. And he like doesn't look at you guys. And Seth's like, he's in. You got yourself a healer.
Well, that's great.
Spyro. I walk over to him and I get down so that I'm on eye level, and I just thank you, truly.
You see almost immediately his entire face gets bright red as you do this, and he's just like, "Yeah, no problem. I've been traveling for a while, and when I was passing through here, Torkal saw me and thought that I'd be good for the guild. So now I'm here, but I guess you've been having trouble with those rage monster guys.
Yeah.
So
They've taken someone who's very dear to me, and I will stop at nothing to get him back. And it means quite a lot to me that you're willing to help.
At this point, since you're kind of kneeling down, you see him reach out his hand and kind of like put it on your shoulder. And you, at this point, now that you're kind of sitting up close to him, you can see these tattoos a little bit better. You see that the one on his... Where's the thing?
He is.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. On his right forearm,
I'm sitting on
like here.
Stool. It's so painful.
You see a skull with like a scythe, kind of going around it. On his elbow, you see a 6-pointed star, with like basically going around his elbow. And then on his left arm, that he kind of held your shoulder with. On his forearm, you see it's a circle with like 7 points in it. And then on his bicep, which is pretty large for a halfling, the little guy seems to be pretty built.
Is he like? Is he built or is he like roid built?
He's swole.
No,
He's
he's like
he's just swole.
he's just like muscular.
Okay, so he's not just one of these guys wearing
No.
a funny mustache or something.
No,
Wearing a mohawk.
Yep.
It's from him like carrying weights and like that sort of thing.
Yep.
Building up endurance. You see,
Eating protein, you know.
There you go. Like 4 arrows kind of crossed like this, and then 4 other like darker lines kind of intersecting.
Oh, I like that one.
Basically, it looks like
Cute.
that. If you want to go ahead and make a religion check.
Oh, good. Roz is super great at this.
Anybody else who happens to be standing kind of close, if you also would like to make a religion
I may
check,
need to actually
and-
retcon the fact that I said I went to bed.
11.
Fuck it, I should have gone to bed.
Can Seth make a religion check?
Seth's already talked to him, so technically he knows. But it's much more fun to let you try and figure it out, especially since you're not really talking to Seth.
Oh, Seth and I
however-
will have a conversation.
Ross, you notice that the one on his elbow is that of Pelor, the
Fun guy.
god of
Whatever
light,
the hell.
I think, something
Yep,
like that.
God of light
Life,
and summer.
something.
And
I know my deities clearly. You also notice that the one on his bicep is that of Cord, the god of Cord, or the Cord.
exactly, the god of
Yeah,
cord.
that guy.
Cord.
God of bundled.
The other two seem slightly more obscure, and you're not quite sure what those two are.
Are they hipster gods?
I worship Zesh.
Probably haven't heard
It's
of her.
really obscure. You haven't heard of him yet. It's
I was the Pelor before it was cool.
Right.
Reed, however, as you're standing there, fine, Reed. You know that the skull and crossbones is Nerul, which is the god of death. I really probably should have written this stuff down, and I didn't.
God of puppies and kittens and milkshakes.
Nope,
Yeah,
not that
no.
one.
god
That's
of Raven
better.
Queen and Vax's
No, it's
soul.
definitely of death. That part I know.
Spoilers.
Once you've got it researched, I might ask.
Are there any that Tuck would have know about?
Yeah, it's the god of death.
You rolled a
Um,
7. No.
Do we know? Would Reed know if that's God of Death? Oh, hey, could that be elaborated upon? Is that the God of Death, as in like natural? Everyone must eventually face this God and go on to where they're going. Is
God
it?
of,
No,
I have a quota to
look
fill.
at this army I've just pulled out of the grave.
Yeah,
You
is
know
it god
that-
of death or god of necromancy?
God of death or God of dying?
Go
Yeah.
ahead and make either another religion check or a history check to see if you can pull more information about Nerul out.
Yeah, nope.
You know that he is the god of death,
Right.
and that is his symbol, and that's pretty much it.
Fair enough.
You also know that the other symbol on his left forearm is that of Celestion, which is the god of stars and wanderers. And a lot of times, clerics of knowledge follow this god.
So basically,
and-
he seems to be all over the place, according to his.
Correct.
That's
Yes. Which to you,
Is that
you
It's
find
this
kind
one.
of strange.
It's this one. I made it. I made an entry about that one.
Oh, nice.
Look, there you go.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I
Pinged.
picked it for a reason, so. But yeah.
Story elements.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
But so you realize kind of what all 4 tattoos at least are referencing.
Sorry, did we pick Deities of Greyhawk or Deities of the Forgotten Realms?
Kind of a mix of both.
Okay, cool.
Well, yeah.
Okay, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Greyhawk is where I'm from.
Yeah, I was gonna say Greyhawk is what I've been using, but Forgotten Realms has the one that Zell was with.
Talos something.
Yeah, Talona. That's what it was.
Talona.
Thank
That
you.
was it. I almost said Talisa, and I was like, wrong person.
That's not it.
We worship the white-haired voice actor.
I was gonna say Talisa, my.
I thought you said
halfling.
Taliesin, and I'm like,
No.
yeah, you would.
No.
But so you guys, he has his hand on your shoulder, Ross, and you, again, almost like when Elizabeth looked at you earlier, you feel this sense of calm kind of come over you, and you notice that tattoo, the Celestion tattoo, the one that you don't know what it is, on his forearm glows a little bit, gets brighter, and then kind of dies back out as he takes his arm off or his hand off of your shoulder. And he's like, I'm happy to help, really, especially since I've seen some of these guys and they're nasty.
Tell me about it. Thank you.
Yeah, well, he kind of looks at Seth and he's like, we're leaving tomorrow morning, right? Seth nods and he's like, I'm gonna head up to bed. And he kind of gathers his stuff up and chugs up the stairs with his little halfling legs.
Adorable. I turn to Seth and I say, she read the note. She gave us the information.
He looks at you and he's like, I trust that you know what to do with it.
It's an antidote.
At this, his eyes kind of widen, and they follow the halfling up the stairs. Keep that to yourself for now.
Like
Just
6 of us
until
know.
we're sure we can trust him.
Agreed.
I'm gonna go upstairs. If you guys are done, I don't want to cut off you and Seth talking.
I mean, I'm gonna keep talking to him, but.
Okay. Well, then I go upstairs and I knock on Aldrich's door. I don't think it's been an hour yet, so
I don't know, maybe.
Still, I don't know.
I mean, he fucked off a while.
He's probably at the end of it.
I knock on his door.
Yes.
Aldrich, we talked to Elizabeth. There, you can probably. And I just open the door. I just come in, and then I go over to him since I don't want to yell this in the house. So it turns out it wasn't the recipe for what the potion stuff. It's the antidote for it. We have the antidote that I guess can make people not all roided out and scary, but you're probably the one that's gonna have to do it since and I like motion to the alchemy shit that's all going on right now.
So he's like,
you are an A+ communicator. Can I just?
There's just stuff bubbling over and shit.
You just stop and be like, are you busy or like?
What you
so much,
doing?
Yeah, exactly. What you thinking about?
I don't know. Potion stuff, I guess. Fuck it. Tuck's going to bed.
I'll need an ingredients list, but I probably don't.
Yeah, I think Ross has it, and maybe Tuck. I don't know. Somebody's got it. And then, so just wanted to keep you up to speed on what's going on.
Thank you.
And I trot out.
Okay,
and then I'm gonna go make my necklace. and then rest.
Craft time with me.
Pretty much. Because I've been
You
meaning to do this because I forgot about it. Because when you take a specific totem, like Tuck has her eagle mask thing, and I
I
am
also
supposed to
have
have
a
a wolf
stuffed
totem. Like
And I already told you couldn't touch Hayate's teeth.
exactly.
What you should do is skin a wolf and have it over your head.
He already has a badger.
But to replace the
Oh
badger,
no,
no.
it has a badger. Well, it should have been your thing should have been a badger. So
Should have been a badger totem.
let's go,
Daddy,
So
Gary.
I'm gonna try to make that necklace.
all right? Yeah, you struggle a little bit because you're not.
I have
quite-
leatherworker's proficiency, so I don't know. Like
you.
that can
Hang
help.
on, I've got some direwolf pelts.
I have the teeth, so.
Okay,
You-
that's fine.
Getting the hole in the actual teeth itself is kind of a struggle for you, but as soon as you get it through, you're able to like slip the cord through easily and just string them on. I'm not gonna make you roll for it because it's a part of your character. So you now have a direwolf tooth necklace.
Yay.
Potions is part of my character.
Okay, this is like doesn't help him at all. Anyway,
It's just
It
bad.
just makes him.
Howard.
It just makes him feel better.
Give me the.
You should have had a wolf tail.
It's my security
Not a
necklace.
furry.
That's
anyway, okay, so you're doing that. They're going to bed. Tuck, you said you're going to bed.
yep. I'm done. Bye.
Aldrich, you're making potions.
Yeah, till then then I'll do my thing.
Okay. Thordrin, are you waiting for Aldrich?
Why would I wait for Aldrich? What's he
Okay.
doing?
I just wanted to ask.
Oh,
I am
role
filling.
playing, I guess.
No, I'm done with him. I'm filling up buckets of water and slowly bringing them up into my room and filling my brewery supply, my big
Oh,
brewing stuff,
Gotcha.
and I'm
the fuck
filling
are you
them up.
doing?
But it takes me a couple trips.
Okay, that's fine.
I've only taken one if you asked for help.
I'm not talking to Aldrich.
Trouble in paradise.
So are you then
I
just gonna
should've.
brew?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna light a fire in the house.
it's still
A
good.
small one.
Still good.
Okay.
And I'll be brewing some beer. Like my mother used to make.
Mother's milk.
Anyway, moving forward. I'm gonna jump you for a second. Reed, is there anything you want to do?
Going up to my room, locking the door, going into my stuff, pulling out my herbalism kit
Uh-huh.
and the notes I might have collected over the years that revolve around herbalism,
Uh-huh.
and research herbal remedies for illnesses and such.
For disease.
Does that
Yeah.
mean that when Way's diseased again, you give him like a cup of like chamomile or
Right?
We'll see what I can do.
To give him some
Here.
sleepy time.
here, drink this.
Or come up.
We're gonna see if there's anything I can do in that regard. I don't know if I can, so I'm kind of like, it's been a while since I've studied this specific.
That's fair enough because
focus, but
you and
we're
I might laugh, Danny. But if someone rolls good in medicine with a med kit, you can stabilize someone so they don't have to roll death throws anymore.
I have a healer's
Um,
kit. I think I've got something like that. Yeah. I
Or
have
something
one.
like
But
that.
anyway,
Go ahead and roll either nature or medicine as you're kind of looking through.
Oh sure, let's go with this one.
In before night one.
So as you're reading it, it takes you a while, and a lot of the stuff is kind of useless. Like it's just a lot of the notes you have is
Lead 'em with
detailing
legion.
different
What the hell?
plants. Yeah, weird stuff like that. Like who uses that?
God, who
Um,
even uses second edition anymore, Reed?
So you're like flipping through.
I really
And
want
you
this to be like
find-
$1,000 textbook.
A couple of
Pretty cool.
things that you think might potentially work. if they're either combined into some sort of potion or they could at least in their raw state kind of hold off the effects and cause a delay in the effects so that you could find help faster or whatever. Are you okay with me getting you a list?
That'll work
After?
eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you specifics. That
The
involves
Cosmos will
me and
text
the
you
Right
soon.
now, all I'm worried about. You said that I have some kind of knowledge. A specific list
Yes.
of what I might need might not come up tonight. And if it does, I'll just kind of go, look, I have this knowledge. Can I use it?
Yes, we'll go with that.
Okay.
But I will get you a list. There's like 3 or 4 different things that you end up finding that you're like, oh, maybe if we come across this, I'll make sure to grab a handful or something like that.
You know, I'll
Sleepy
keep
time,
it-
chamomile, Earl Grey.
Give me morning
right.
breakfast. English breakfast is the best.
Irish breakfast.
Apparently,
No,
there's an
you
Australian
ordered Irish
breakfast.
breakfast. I'm sorry.
It's just
All right.
alcohol.
Ross, coming back to you. You are currently down there alone with Seth now. Everybody else has gone to their respective rooms.
Sha-na-na-na-na, kiss the girl.
Oh my god.
Wrong dude.
Wrong one.
Doesn't matter.
Shipper's gonna ship.
It's
Anyway.
not like Ross cares. Shut up.
Making notes on
Anyway.
that.
Come on.
I just kind of sit on the couch. Is there a couch?
Yeah,
Chairs?
there's like seating in front.
Okay. I just sit down and I just kind of bury my head in my hands. How did this happen, Seth? How did we even get to this point?
He stays quiet for the time being, but just kind of puts his arm around your shoulder. We'll find him.
People keep saying that. People keep saying that we'll find him. What condition will he even be in when we do?
You know him as well, probably more than I do. We'll be fine.
Well, what if they've turned him into one of these things? The dwarf that we interrogated said that they were all willing, and I know that Ray would never do that willingly, but what if he was coerced? What if he's one of these creatures now?
Well, now we have the antidote.
I just want to find him. I need to find him. I cannot take this anymore. So I know that he's out there. I know that he could be hurt. He could be. I just,
He at this point takes both of his arms and kind of grabs you and pulls you into him. And he just kind of rests his chin on the top of your head, and he's like, you know how strong he is. Doesn't matter what happens, especially if you're still out here. He knows that you're looking for him. That's all he needs.
you're right. You're right. I have to stay strong. I have to keep going. I have to. All right. I can't lose faith in him. I know he won't be lost in me. Did you find anything else out other than while you were fighting these creatures, while you were out looking? Have you contacted anyone? Anything else?
I probably know as much as you do at this point. The lair is in the Feywild.
Is there an entrance to it in the Kiva Wilds, do you think?
Yes. I think it's a portal. Well, it has to be a portal.
Do you
I'm
think?
not sure where, but it's got to be close to where we were ambushed.
Do you think that's what happened? Do you think a portal opened, and that's why I passed out, and that's why? Do you think that's what happened?
No, but I think that's where they went and why we couldn't find them afterwards.
Makes sense.
But that's not the only place, Ross.
What do you
They
mean?
have the keep as well, where they're training all these things.
It's in the Oakenwood. There's been something.
And that's closer.
This Oakenwood. Do you think we should go there first?
He kind of shifts his gaze away from you. If we have the antidote, and there's a bunch of whatever the hell they are there, I think we should go there first and try and minimize this problem. Like I said, you and I both know that Ray is strong. And if he's held out this long, which I know he has, he can hold out for another few days.
That's so hard to do, but I know it's exactly what he would do in this situation as well. Did you know that half the time, almost every decision I've been making, I've been trying to ask myself what he would do? It's so ridiculous. That's what he would do. He would try to help those people first before he even thought of himself. Oakenwood. Do you think we're enough? Who I found and this new Clara, you and me.
He kind of gets a smile across his face. He's like, you and me, plus the angry tiefling, a dwarf and a witcher, and then 2 barbarians, plus now we have a cleric.
You have a cleric.
I'm pretty sure we can take him.
It would kill for your confidence, Seth. I really would.
Yeah, well, it's only there to keep me sane, I guess.
Keeps me sane as well, I have to tell you. Have you heard from Ella at all?
Not recently. And he kind of leans back and kicks his feet up onto the table. Been focused on this.
Well, I mean, so is she. So I was wondering if maybe you'd heard anything from her on what she's been digging up.
Not recently. She's been looking in the opposite places.
Digging in her own circles. That's what she does
Yeah.
best. All right. If we're leaving in early in the morning, then we should probably get some sleep.
Yes.
I lean over and I pat Hayate. And say, you've had a bit of a day as well, haven't you, dear?
His butt wiggles a little bit.
I stand up and I kind of give Seth's hand a squeeze. Say, there's still some empty beds. You should hunker down and get some rest, all right?
He nods, and he kind of helps you up off of the couch, and then whistles, and his hawk comes flying down to his shoulder. He's like, "All right, bedtime." And he
I kind of
heads up this.
I kind of stop him for a second, and I just kind of shakily just, you'll be here, right? You'll be here in the morning.
I promise. We're gonna get this thing together.
Right. And I follow him up the stairs and Hayate and I go to our room with our really big bed.
With your double bed. Hayate sprawls out.
You're welcome.
Alright.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I'm
Good.
I want to go and I want to knock on Aldrich's door.
Yes.
Aldrich, it's Rose.
Come in.
I go in.
Grab your popcorn, guys.
Currently polishing a blade.
Even better.
I look at him and I say, because I don't know that we went up here. I say, we found an antidote. It was an antidote, not a recipe. Well, it was a recipe, but it was an antidote, not the. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know.
It's not easy, is it?
He's really intimidating, you guys.
Thorgren doesn't think so.
Sitting there polishing a sword. What the fuck? And I say, if you're able to, it would be great if you could possibly take a look at it and make us as many of these potions as you can. And I'm happy to supply ingredients, supply whatever I need, but we need as many of these as we can get.
Give me a list. I'll look what I can do.
Can you remember it if I tell it to you?
I don't know. Would he be able to remember it? Because the fact he is, I do this all the time.
Yeah, you would. Most of you would be able to remember it for the most part,
I mean,
especially since you're
wasn't
like
that
consciously
much,
thinking about it.
All right, then. So.
Okay, maybe not Thorgren. Maybe not.
That's simple matter.
Not.
All right. It's 1 troll toe, 4 wyvern teeth, and 2 wings of a sprite. That's what you need for 1 potion. That's all the 1 potion.
As a witcher, would I know that these are going to be difficult to obtain in bulk?
Yeah.
We won't be able to make this in bulk. These ingredients are rare. The monster is difficult to slay.
You don't happen to have any on you?
No. I checked my inventory real quick.
He quietly pockets a troll dick.
Toe!
It's mine! You can't have it!
And how difficult is a sprite really? All I have to do is done.
You'd think that
They have to be intact,
by
right?
magic.
And the little bitches are my favorite enemies. So fuck you, sprites.
But trolls, bad news. Wyvern, bad news.
Hey, well, but wyverns have lots of teeth, and trolls have at least 10 toes.
That's if we
Too.
can, harvest them all correctly.
Oh, but don't
without
trolls
fucking-
regenerate? So we could just keep
They
one
do.
captive and just.
It's that keep. Oh, yeah, we're not there.
Okay, so we'll get past the
I'm
the
not there
rednecks.
either.
I forgot about that.
A troll toe farm.
Why is this a thing we're talking about?
Okay. Well, whatever we have to do, we need to make at least one. I need at least one. And as many as we can get, but I need to make sure I have at least one.
I'll start checking contracts. I've got some people who owe me a few favors. I'm able to cash a few in.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about whatever happened in your past that has caused you to feel a kinship towards me. Because everything I'm going through right now, it hurts so much. And I'm sorry that you're having to go through this again. That anything I'm doing is reminding you of anything in your past. And I want you to know that I appreciate everything that you are doing. And I just need you to know that.
Stops polishing the blade. I made my own path, and my mistakes were my own. And this hurts like hell, dredging up these memories. But I'd rather you find a happy ending than have to drive a knife into your hearts and your hopes and dreams.
I have a feeling that if I don't, that's going to be very vigil. And I leave. And I go to bed.
Hey,
Aldra begins meditating.
Okay.
Hey, Becca.
Yeah. Yep.
While this is all happening, can I get out that sacrificial dagger that I picked up at What's-His-Face's house and that I didn't sell?
Yeah.
Can I have a closer look at that?
Go ahead and do an Arcana check.
Oh yeah, like this is gonna fucking...
You know that it has some sort of magical property. However, you're not quite sure what exactly it does. But you know that it's definitely not a normal dagger. Like there is definitely some sort of enchantment on it.
Can I thumb the blade across here and see what happens?
You can.
You explode.
Well, that's what Tuck would have done, so... Yep.
You gotta do that?
Yep.
As you do that...
I can see the face, and it was clearly a mistake, but this is Tuck's mistake to have, so...
Nope, you're good.
You carve your own path, as Aldrich would say.
1 point.
Carve my own path! Yep.
1 point of piercing damage.
Yep.
And then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Saving throw.
You start to feel the effects of some sort of poison take a hold of your bloodstream. And then kind of using your half-orc and barbarian instincts and blood, you just kind of almost like push it out and the feeling goes away. You were not poisoned. So
All right.
there you go.
I'm gonna sheath it, put it back, be like, okay, good to know.
Dustin respects Tuck's science.
Learn by doing, not by thinking.
Just write it down first.
Yeah. As long as you write it down, it's science.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
That. Yep. Okay, cool. I'll go to bed. I'll add that to my notes. Thank you.
All right. Thordrin, did you say that you wanted to do something else?
I'm just making beer.
Okay.
If you want me to roll to see if the keg explodes or not, I don't care. I am
Nah, you've been
proficient
doing
in
this
brewing
for
supplies. I am proficient in brewing supplies.
Before Aldrich meditates, he's going to pull out the holy symbol and he's going to sit there and just stare at it.
Okay.
You have a holy symbol? Oh my god.
Maybe.
There's just one tear fall.
No tears. Those have been cried and done with for a long time.
Oh, God.
Ouch.
Oh.
Oh,
Ouch.
I wish I had never read. Wish I
What?
had.
That.
What? I wasn't even paying attention. What?
Feels for the feels god, like fuck.
What? What?
Aldrich has no more tears, apparently.
He cried those long ago.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I learned
If
from the
there's
best.
nothing else that you guys want to do before you go to sleep, you all get a good night's rest, which is a long rest. So all your spell slots, all your hit points, everything.
Back to me, spell slots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And half of hit dice used, if any used.
Yes. And with that, we are going to take a 5-minute potty break.
Awesome.
Whoever needs it.
Oh my god, this fucking stool's hurting my ass so hard.
Oh, I didn't go to break
God
yet.
damn. I don't care.
Okay, bye, guys.
Awesome.
Nailed it.
Liam would be so
need to work on
Liam would be so proud.
So he does it before the stream goes online.
Ah, shit.
Whatever.
Oh, no, I think
Anyway.
she got it in there.
Did I? I have to look and see if chat responded.
If it did, chat, you must gift that for us, please.
I don't think they can gift anything like request.
I can gift
I'm
stuff.
not sure though.
Well, no, because then it'll be on YouTube, and then from YouTube,
don't-
people can probably.
I don't need to be a gift.
Yep, it
Yes,
made
you
it.
do.
It made it.
It made it.
You're
Katie's got the lead
welcome.
card.
Yep.
Hooray! You need to go to Liam and be like, hey, give me some tips. I fucked up. Give me some tips.
All right.
Just needs to level up a bit in that class a few times, because
Yep.
to
In
get to the
heckling
really
class.
good stuff.
Okie dokie, you all ready? Oh shit.
Okie dokie. Uh-huh.
That's what I wanted to do. Where is... Oh, there it is. Okay. So, you guys wake up the next morning, and as you guys kind of start to wake up, you actually notice that Seth is already awake, with Spyro downstairs, kind of getting like a small breakfast together, and they're packing their stuff up and getting ready to head out.
I walk down the stairs and I kind of smile and just not planning on leaving without me, right?
And he looks back at you and he's like, wouldn't dream of it. And then goes back to packing his stuff.
Cool.
If there's good.
Nothing. I'm just gonna eat everything in the kitchen.
If there's
Figuratively,
anything
not literally.
you guys want to do,
Tuck eats your feelings.
Yep.
Grab some food for the road.
Yeah, I have an
Stuff
ability
that's
where
non-perishable.
I can gather food and water for myself and up to 5 other people.
I know.
Yeah.
That's just what she's doing. Just
I'm gonna
making
eat my
sure.
feelings and be like, hey, I was poisoned yesterday.
Mistakes were made.
What?
Mistakes were definitely made.
When were you point? What?
Oh, yeah. This dagger that we got is poison. So I've got.
Did you just stab it into your hand or something? Have you? What?
No, I'm not stupid. I just did this.
You
You
just
see, like-
decided to take a random dagger and just cut yourself with it?
Well, what else am I gonna do? I was gonna stab you with it.
Hand it off to the guy that knows poisons and such.
Why
mean,
would
she's
I
got
do
a
that
point,
for?
Ross.
I wanted to do it myself. God damn it, I can't fucking do anything in this place. And I walk off and eat.
It's just because I care.
You're useful.
Who would care about an orc?
The mutant who likes it. Never mind.
The other, the half elf that feels ostracized constantly. We're all weirdos.
Now I'm just thinking of Sam the Eagle from the Muppets. You are all weirdos.
Come on,
You guys
everyone!
kinda-
I come down the stairs.
start packing all your stuff up. Thorndrin comes barreling down the stairs, cheerful as always.
I'm making beer upstairs. Don't touch any of it. It's not ready yet.
Is
Seth
it-
kind of looks at you, and Seth is like, "How long will it take to be ready?"
Oh my god.
It'll be ready in about a month, but it's gonna be really good. I promise.
Well, it'll be a nice welcome home present.
Cool, so that's what you're looking forward to after all of this.
Gotta look for something.
I sort of sneak my flask at him a little bit. Like, morning.
Not just yet.
I'm gonna cuff Aldrich upside the head.
You gonna cuff yourself?
Mordred. I'm gonna hit myself. Yeah. No, I'm gonna.
I'm not
We can
talking
hear- I
to
can
you.
hear you.
And I go
Oh,
off
never
and
mind.
sit down.
Never mind. I got it.
Take a slug from my flask.
I saw that talk. So you're sitting down drinking. Seth is kind of getting his stuff ready. If there's anything specific you guys want to do now, as far as prep goes, other than just eating and kind of getting that stuff ready,
I think we're good.
let me know. If not, Seth and Spyro kind of sling their packs over their shoulders. You see now that Spyro actually has 2 hand axes kind of hanging off of his belt.
You have such a love for hand axes, man.
I really do.
You are like obsessed with some other effing hand axes.
Shush. They're useful.
You can throw them. You can hit people
And you
with
can
them.
hack away things with them.
I'm just pointing it out.
As
Um,
we start to leave and everything like that, I'm gonna pull Thornton aside, at the tail end of the group that's gonna be leaving.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
follow
Yeah.
right behind. I follow right behind.
I was to say, Seth, Spyro, and Ross kind of are leading out. Tuck, Reed, and we, I'm assuming you guys are kind of in the middle.
Yeah, I'm like messing with Hayate as we go.
Yeah.
You also now have a hawk.
There is
Oh
also.
yeah, you have a Kayla.
I'm cool wherever.
Yeah, the 3 of you are in the middle, and then Thorndrin and Aldrich, you're the last to leave. And as you do notice that the Dragonborn at this time is coming down the stairs and kind of nods to the both of you, and he's like, I'll take care of it. Maybe do some more recruiting while you're out.
Right.
And then he actually goes into the kitchen, away from you guys.
Cool.
Oops.
He has mastered that.
Oops. Just
Well,
See,
what
what's
are you
weird
doing?
is on my screen, you're next to each other, so it makes it even better.
That is amazing.
it is. So what the fuck is your problem?
I am sorry. What? What?
Now's the time to popcorn.
What's my problem? What? You threw a bottle at my head. You've been weird.
Nothing
ever
you
since-
haven't done to me before.
I've never thrown a bottle at your head in anger. At least that I can remember.
And that is the exact point.
What do you mean? That's the exact point.
You throw a fit. The world stops. I have a bad night, and apparently it's cause for everyone to be pissed.
What? You're always having a. You just. Look, here's the problem. I feel like there's something wrong, and I can't help you. It's been 10 years. I hardly know that much about you. I've told you my life story. You get in these moods where I cannot talk to you. I mean, it's fine now because we have other people that tolerate us. But I don't know. I was just look. I was mad at you after the dragon incident. I don't know what happened on the ride back. That night in the bar, you were just. I don't know. It. You frustrate the hell out of me. I want to help you, but I don't know what's the problem. And I don't know if you'll ever freaking tell me.
I forget Thordrin's the girl, her name.
May?
The girl's name. The one
Maywin.
yours.
Maywin.
Maywin. Thordrin. I don't bring up Maywin. Runs the same line. I spent 9 years in chains. There's things I don't talk about.
That's fair. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I threw a bottle at your head.
Well, it did have sort of bad aim.
I'm more sorry that I missed, but
Look, I just want you to know that I don't want anything to happen to you. And we're on this weird thing now where we have other people around us. And I don't want to lose that either. I kind of like it.
and as we turn to bromance moment over, and we turn to leave from each other, Thordrin, her name was Celine.
Right. I'll take that. And I sort of offer him my flask.
I take the flask. Oh.
So as you're kind of lagging behind. Ross, Seth, and Spyro are up front. Reed, Tuck, and we are kind of hanging out in the middle. We is still messing with Hayate. And you guys start to leave the boundaries of the city. And you guys are going up, like, into where your tribe at one time was, headed kind of in that direction, and you guys know that from there you'll have to kind of turn north to find where this keep is supposedly. But at the moment it's early morning. You guys are walking through the woods. You see a couple of travelers coming into the city as you guys are leaving. But for the most part, it's a quiet morning as you guys are walking through.
All right. So who's leading? Who's
currently up top is Ross, Spyro, and Seth.
okay, cool. So they can.
And then, yeah, and then Reed, Tuck, and we are in the middle, and then Thordrin and Aldrich are in the back.
Cool.
And you also have a wolf and a hawk with you.
Me and Thordrin are reminiscing.
You got a
Remember that time I jumped? You threw me through a window. Oh, that was great.
Was that in Portsmouth, right?
No, that might have been in Portsmouth. That was when we had to rescue my beer.
Yeah, that was Portsmouth.
Dustin, it's yes and.
I was trying to remember because I wrote that story.
He did.
Oh, okay. I thought you would. Don't mind me. Okay.
Well, it's hard to remember. I've thrown you through so many windows.
That's the tactic. Remember.
And we tried the tactic.
I can't believe
You got
I
smashed by a
can't
giant.
believe I convinced them I was a building inspector after coming through the window. It's the best thing ever.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I'll go up to Reed and pull out that dagger. And be like, hey, so I did my own experiment on this. And it's poison. I just want to make sure that it's correct. Do you want can you check?
Are you asking me to check if it's magical? Or are you asking to stab me to see if I also believe it's poison?
I mean, look, we can try many ways. I'm not fast.
Let's try the magical thing first.
Okay.
Can I?
All right.
Yeah, go ahead on Arcana.
Oh man, if it was a 9, be like, hey, I don't know. Can you like stab me and see?
Oh my
You crap. Get up there. By looking at this, you can tell you're not. It doesn't quite look like anything you've ever seen before. However, you can tell that it is has like a poison aspect to it. But you can't quite gather what kind of poison. Or when used, how much damage a person would take.
So
Just because it is such like a specialty and custom item, you know that it's magical. You know that it has this poison effect, but you're not quite sure the specific details.
Okay, yes, this is a
Of what
magic
it can do.
poison, a magic poison dagger.
Cool.
That's about all I can tell you right now. We're traveling. I need a bit more. I would need a bit more time to actually give you more than that, I think,
Okay.
and possibly
But
a better roll.
But if I would like, do you want me to like cut again and you can like watch it?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
No.
No.
All right. Worked the first time.
Tell you what. Should we find ourselves in a situation where we are being attacked or we need to attack something, you could consider our enemies willing volunteers for your future experiments.
Okay.
Good.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Good talk. Thanks.
At this point, as you guys are walking, Spyro actually kind of turns around to you and he's like, Did I hear you say that was poison?
That was our conversation. What the fuck is
Oh my
wrong with
god.
He kind of,
Yes.
you can
Spyro.
see like the tips of his ears kind of get red and he's a little bit rosy in the cheeks, and he goes, yeah, never mind. Okay.
I lean over and I touch his shoulder.
Fucking rude.
He has a dagger of venom, Spyro. Is there anything you might know about it if you're able to help?
Well, I'm a stout halfling, so poison doesn't exactly have the same effect on me as it does other people.
Poison doesn't what?
And I'm a cleric. So I mean, if
Sorry,
anything
could
really
you forgive
serious
me?
happens,
Sorry, so you're a cleric, so you can forgive me if I stab you, right?
I mean, you want to know what it does, don't you?
And I mean,
Before
you are
try
the
and
new
use it on
guy.
someone?
You are the new
Spyro!
guy, so you kind of just want to, be initiated into our crew.
That is
like,
not how that works!
None of us got
what
stabbed.
is not how it works?
I didn't get stabbed. I didn't wake up in a cellar and then you suddenly stabbed me with a poisoned dagger, Tom.
Do you think
One
all that's
wasn't-
about
one
up
wasn't
ahead?
available.
So we need to get him pissed drunk and leave him in a barn.
Exactly, that's how you join our group.
Piss drunk and magically Mickey, and then leave him in the basement.
At this point in your conversation, he looks very worried and very confused.
I sneak
he's
up
like-
next to him and just put my arm around his shoulder and like, it's all right, lad. You know, if you want a drink,
Do not drink anything he gives you.
but that's not
Right.
fair, Ross.
I woke up in a bed with a gnome.
It was that gnome,
That,
and I
but
totally
That's
And
no.
at this point,
That's
I'm
not what's
just got my
getting.
arms up,
Just
looking
kinda
at
goes-
everyone.
he was like, "No, okay," and he just kind of
Not like
Comes
that,
up next
not like that, not like that, not like that.
he like goes up next to Seth and just kind of
I
like,
sheath the dagger and verbally and like audibly yell, "Pussy!"
Seth kind of turns around and this is just like, and then keeps walking forward.
Yeah, keep walking, Birdman.
That has a name.
At this, he like throws up a middle finger behind him.
Wait, I just remembered something
So much.
that we've been meaning to do for so long. Ross, we should distribute the healing potion
Yes, we should.
before anything ambushes us in this
While
forest.
they are
Again,
distributing the, can I start playing on my lute and sing a song?
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
This is like the 5th session we've been meaning to do this.
Thank you, God, Mike. Oh my God. Okay. I have 7 potions. I have 7. Roz like starts rummaging around in the bag of holding. All right. I have 7 potions of standard healing. I have 2 greater healing, and I have 1 super healing.
I didn't hear what he said.
Well, we're distributing the potions. So
Oh,
I say, maybe the seven of us, not including our cleric. So maybe 1 standard healing for each.
That sounds fair. I'll take that.
And who and our melee fighters, maybe Tuck and we, you both take the 2 greater.
Yep, I can do that.
And I could keep the super healing in the bag of holding.
Alright,
Sounds good.
I'm on board
That
with this
sounds
so far.
And that's all I've got.
So recap, just everybody gets what?
Everyone gets 1 standard healing potion.
Okay.
Our melee fighters who don't have their own potions, aka Tuck and we, they get the 2 greater healing because they're the ones who get most of the brunt. And I'm keeping the superlative healing, whatever that effort's called, in the bag of holding for emergencies.
Yep.
That way we don't use the super healing on a minor injury
Accidentally.
I'm just saying you don't grab that one.
Yeah, no, it's
For
cool.
like 10 hit
Hey,
points.
Mike, my thing muted you, and you said something apparently really good. What did you say?
Well, I said, I remembered a thing that we've been meaning to do for like 5 sessions. We should distribute the healing potions.
Oh, okay.
And
Before
I
we
had,
get-
a, minor,
before we
and I
get
had a
ambushed.
minor freak out because I have also been forgetting to fucking do
Yes, for
that.
some reason, it's only discriminating against your microphone. Like,
It
of
might be
all,
New York.
Weird.
It might be
of
because
all
I
the
keep,
microphones, it's picking
I
up.
keep muting myself a lot, so I don't, because I keep coughing, so I don't know, maybe it's not
Uh,
working or
be
something.
like me. Be like super rude and eat. And like make noise and shit.
Everybody-
Super rude.
Everybody
not.
make sure to note that down in your own personal inventory because I'm going to take those potions out of the main group inventory so that I don't think they're in the back.
All
Got it.
good.
Can I sing my song
Yes,
Yeah.
as we play?
do it.
Just sort of
Do
play.
it.
Like, they're slod, big, ugly, no good. They're slod, they're young, you could. They'll infect your blood, slod. You'll fall and go thud, slod. What's that in your
Watch out.
gut? They're slod. Oh crap, it's a slod. You're dead.
Careful,
That's
Slinky
beautiful.
doesn't see you.
Oh my god.
Sleep, sleep.
This is amazing.
Everyone knows a slinky. Now I'm thinking about Ace Ventura running down the stairs with that fucking slinky.
Uh,
Oh,
Just sort of play that.
Good
And
job,
I
Dustin.
switched to some other
A
like
plus, Dustin.
bardy tunes as we go along.
Can you do like elevator music? Be like, doots, doots.
Yeah, I'm just strumming "Girl from Ipanema" on the sitar.
Yes.
When she's
Such a
back,
good song.
when she's back.
We're not stealthing,
So-
are we?
No, you guys, you're on a path.
We're on
Currently-
a path,
I'm not
motherfucker.
wasting past that
path.
trace on you guys right now.
Good plan. You guys are on a path.
Yeah, I said waste. I said waste.
You guys
Don't even tuck.
We don't
started heading
You
north.
know.
Then right around.
Use burn
And as you're going north, you guys are just kind of engaging in casual conversation.
yeah, because that was casual.
Did you bring Chester?
Yeah. We assume that if Thor goes anywhere, he brings Chester.
I assumed Thordrin was back.
Yes, I realized
Okay.
before Aldrich wanted to have talkie with me that I was going to mention Chester, and I completely forgot.
That's fine.
It's like Raz and Hayate, Thordrin and Chester.
Right.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
holding
like
some
trying
beer.
to keep up with Hayate's longer legs, and Hayate's just kind of like.
Are you gonna hold Chester like an esky?
Chester is actually, I'm gonna have him basically leading this because he's the one who knows where he's going.
Right.
And so you guys are just kind of following him along.
That is the weirdest thing. A huge band of adventurers being led along a path by a fucking...
Can I ask Wee if he could do anything about Chester's look? Or Reed? Wee or Reed?
Turn him into a goat.
No.
Since I know that they have whatever. I don't think yours can do it. Can you?
I could do it, but I have to keep casting it once every minute.
Oh no, that makes no sense.
Oh.
And he's
I'm kind of
probably
in the same-
you're probably Clarence right now.
Yeah, I'm Clarence,
Okay.
and I don't have anything that can work as far as keeping Chester
Thornton's
hidden.
not drunk enough to just draw a thing on him, so we'll just let him do his thing.
Yeah, and I'll just point out that, to sort of metagame it, I'm not going to make any mention or try to lead us towards my tribe at all unless we're going, unless we actually go through it or pass it. Just
No,
so
you. Yeah, that's fine. As you guys are going, you know that it's farther to the west of where you guys are. Like you would have had to go a little bit farther west.
Okay, yeah.
You guys cut north almost right as soon as you got out of the city. So you know it's kind of often to your left, but you know that there's still a decent amount of distance between where you're at and where it would have been.
Okay, cool.
You didn't get to see your family. I'm sorry.
But haven't they already fucked off?
Yeah, but we were gonna chat.
We don't know.
Oh, Ross feels like a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's new.
It's fine. It's a character choice that I'm making.
I asked. I did ask.
I know. Yeah, you did exactly.
So you guys continue heading north, and this is probably the farthest north that you've been in these woods. Your tribe had tended to go west and that sort of thing. And as you get farther north, the forest seems to get more dense. Just for your own sake.
So where are we?
Like you guys started down in
yep.
here, and then you're
So we're,
starting
like-
to move this way.
Yep.
Yeah. And so. Sorry.
No, you're good.
So as you guys are moving north, you are traveling along, having like casual conversation. As you get deeper into the forest, the path that you're following kind of starts to not go away completely, but it definitely starts to fade. Like it's not as well traveled as some other places. It seems that a lot of people tend to come north and then spread out into the forest itself to kind of go hunting rather than staying to the actual main road or path. As you guys are... Huh? Go ahead.
I was going to say, can I roll survival to pick a way through a path?
Like as in following...
Because you said it sort of tapered off.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Right now you can still see it, like you're still following it,
Okay.
but it definitely is more faded than when you guys first started.
Okay, sure. That's fine.
Where did it? Oh, there it is. So you guys are continuing to walk, and at one point, Chester kind of stops in the middle of the road and kind of looks one way, then looks the other, and as he's looking, like, pointed in this direction, he starts walking into the woods, off of the actual path itself.
All right, can we follow him?
Yes, you can. Seth and Spyro and Ross, I'm assuming you're still up front.
It's a very strange feeling for her.
Yeah, and you can see Seth, and you can tell that he's like watching this chest very closely, and that it just seems very tense in general.
Feel you, man. Feel you.
And so you guys, your big giant party is now kind of walking through these woods. And at this point, you guys have gone pretty far. Like you've made it about half a day's travel. Late afternoon, like 4 or 5 o'clock-ish, traveling through these woods to get this far. And you guys keep going, and Chester he doesn't seem to have any logic to his path, but you can definitely tell that he knows where he's going. Like the only time that he paused as far as direction went was at that main road, and from there you see him making turns and going in different directions and leading you guys towards whatever this thing may be. You guys keep walking, and the sun kind of starts to get lower and lower into the sky, and he doesn't seem to be showing any signs of slowing down. So Ross, Seth, go ahead.
I was going to say, I call out from where I am. You want to slow him down so he can rest?
Chester.
Seth kind of looks around and he's like, we should probably make camp for the night.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I agree.
And he kind of almost like speeds up a little bit and like sticks his hand in front of the chest. And he's like, easy boy. Easy.
Think.
Kind of like looking at it weird.
Petting a chest, sort of look.
And you
Hayate
see
looks
Chester.
very jealous.
You see Chester kind of like just stick his legs out in front of him and stop. And you guys, you look around and Seth kind of checks it out. And it's a very wooded area. There's a little bit of clearing in between a couple of trees. But Seth looks and he's like, as long as we take watches, I think we'll be fine to camp here for tonight.
Yeah, fine.
I'll take first watch.
So you see him and Spyro start getting their stuff out to kind of lay down on the forest floor and camp for the evening.
Who wants to take what watch?
Yeah.
I'll take. Oh, she said first. I'll take second, if that's all right.
Do we want to double up so there's 2 per watch? If we're gonna split it.
Oh, yeah, fine. I'll take first watch with Ross.
I'll be one of the second watch people.
I'll do second watch with Wee.
I need 3.
Three
3 or
watches
4.
or 3 people per watch?
3 or 4 watches. Go with 3 or 4. Do 4, because then Spyro and Seth can sit in on them as well.
All right.
I want Seth and Aldrich to do a watch together. That'd be really good.
If you're like, hey, do you like stuff?
All right,
No,
so it's
I don't
Tuck
like
and Ross. Who said second?
Really shitty.
Me and Wee.
Either that or you have really
Okay.
like it have to be like 4
Third.
I think I'll take third with our cleric.
Okay. Cool, we're gonna get Seth and Aldrich. Awesome.
Nice. Nice.
Perfect.
Real smooth read.
That's amazing.
Okay. So first up is Tuck and Ross. As everybody else kind of settles into bed.
Can I
Couple
talk
of
to
hours.
Can I talk
Yeah.
to Ross?
Go ahead.
Ross, I have this dagger.
I have no constitution, darling. Don't even touch me.
That wasn't even
Okay.
going to be what I was talking about.
No,
but how
I
do
didn't
you know
say
about
that.
the dagger? Anyway.
Dagger behind back.
I just sit there and was like, nope. Kidding.
So we were on that boat from Lampshade or whatever the fuck it was called, and
Lightshade, darling.
sure, and you talked a lot about what you had gone through, and I had promised to tell you mine, but that never ended up happening.
I didn't
I
want
still-
to pressure you.
Well, it's not like anyone gives a fuck.
You keep saying that, darling. But you're not. That's not true.
It's been true for a long time.
Doesn't mean it's true anymore. And I will happily listen to you, and I want to listen to you. I just don't want you to feel beholden to telling a story that you're not able to tell.
Well, let's see how it goes. It's probably quite clear that I haven't been around civilization much. I come from an orc tribe. Way up north, and that's what I grew up in. And when you're a half orc, you kind of straddle the line between orc ethnicity and human civilization. And that's hard, man.
I completely understand.
You either have to be, and to any other person, you either have to be stupid enough to be considered an orc or charismatic enough to be considered a civilized person, and I seem to have none. But so it's not like I wanted to be down here or anything. I've got to find someone. So we're looking for two people, I guess, you and I.
Who are you looking for? And you don't have to tell me if you're not ready.
No, it's fine. I ask anyone else in the town, so why not the people I'm traveling with?
You don't scare me, darling.
First time has anyone ever said that.
It's true. You're abrasive, and you're abrasive works, but you have a truly genuine heart, and it's quite beautiful. You don't scare me, darling. Not even a little bit.
I'm looking for my sister. I grew up in the Orc tribes. There's about 100 or so of us in ours, and every transition between seasons we'd meet up with the other tribes and trade and tell stories, marry off. But I came back from my initiation into adulthood. Had to fight a giant eagle.
I take it you won.
Well, it kind of got me. But
Oh, ouch.
yeah, it's fine. I came back with my quarry. I was gonna show Dad. And Dad was dead. And the tribe was in chaos. Because apparently my sister had killed him. And the tribe leader. And she had fucked off. And people wanted blood. And there was no blood to shed. So, in proxy, they shed mine. And I pull up my tunic, and there is a scar from my throat down to my gut. So we have a thing in Orc tribes that we call the blood price, and it's used for everything. You steal something, you might get your hand cut open or something, and you shed blood until the victim thinks you've been punished enough. And usually as kids you usually get that every now and then, a couple of scars because you got caught stealing something, and it only bleeds for a while and they patch it back up. You learn pretty quickly. But they wanted blood, and they bled me out until a sign from the gods, I guess, for formation of eagles came over and started attacking the tent. And the shamans thought that was symbolic enough that our god was displeased. So they stopped, patched me up. They still wanted punishment though, so they told me I either bring back the head of my sister or I don't ever come back. And that was a year ago.
Do you want to go back?
I do. When you've grown up with family and blood ties so often, and when it runs so deeply in you, and you just get kicked out like that, wouldn't you want to go back?
I don't know. I didn't have a particularly glorious upbringing, so I don't know. But if that's what you want, then I'll help
Yeah.
you. So you want to find your sister in order to
I don't
kill
know.
her?
I don't know. She's the only one I have left. So do I kill my family to return to my tribe, or do I let her go and never come back?
That's a hard question.
That's
But
why I've been putting it off.
I understand. Well, you have me. You have us. And as you truly help me in my quest, I think that word, my path to finding Ray, I will of course help you find your sister. Whatever you need, we're here for you. As am I, completely.
I'm starting to understand that I guess family can be more than just blood.
That's very, very true. When I was a child, I didn't tell you this, but I've known Ray for longer than the military. I in a way, grew up with him. He studied under my father, and my father wasn't the kindest man, and he was rather embarrassed by the fact that his dealings with a human woman ended up creating a child, but he truly loved her, so when she died, he took care of me as an extension of her. And but he wasn't kindest. He didn't cause me to bleed or anything, but different civilizations and all. But when he died and I joined the military to be with Ray, I made a family there as well, with Seth and another friend, and the team that we created, the team that we built together, it became a family, a better family than anything I'd ever known. And I'm glad that you're coming to that realization that family does not mean blood. It means the people that are there for you, the people that care for you and love you and will be there with you whenever you're in these hard times. And I promise to do my very best to represent that for you. Because in situations like this, sometimes it's really all you have.
Maybe Rollo's family.
I think Rolo could be considered family. Family that you punch when he gives you presents, but family.
Well, he doesn't cut me open, so that's one
true.
tip.
That's a plus.
I should tell. Did I ever tell you how orcs marry?
No.
You can have 3.
You can
They don't
have
have
3
to.
spouses.
Yeah.
What?
They usually call them smith wives. They're the ones who know a trade and can bring in money. They're the ones that stay at the camp and look after the children. And you have a warrior wife, one that goes into battle with you and will die for you.
I think I know which one I am for those.
But then you have a third. But then you have a third one. They call them spirit wives. It's the one where you truly connect with. That's usually the most sacred one of all.
I think that sometimes you don't need 3 for that. Sometimes you find all of that in one person.
Perhaps.
If we're able to find Ray, then I hope that you'll be able to see that I did.
That's cool.
I think so too.
Alright, fuck it. I'm tired. I'm leaving.
Go on, you can get the rest of your sleep. I'll finish off the watch.
Who was second watch? Wait, no.
It was me and Thordran.
I kick Thordran softly.
I gently go over and shake Wee Wee.
Thor, you're up.
Hey, thanks, Tuck.
Darling,
It's
darling,
is
it's
it
your
our turn?
turn.
It's our turn. Okay.
Yeah, your turn.
Hey, Wee.
And- so can we just say that Thor and I have a very heartfelt feeling, long heart-to-heart?
I wanted to mostly go with me sitting there, and I take a swig from my flask and go, "So the woods, eh?" And I pass the flask back to. And we just trade like 2-word sentences back and forth.
I just the woods.
Uh,
I really want him to just go yarp.
Yarp.
No?
And with that, moving forward, you guys, your watch passes without anything. Reed and Spyro are up next.
I don't imagine. Okay. I'm. Yeah. I don't imagine long, lengthy discussions of past history.
Sorry.
Gen-
Sorry.
It's okay. It's
Oh.
okay.
Where are your alms for the field god, Reed?
I've had a week. Okay, they've been doled out regularly over. Any. Yeah. I am. Spyro. I'm trying to address the cleric.
Becca?
Hello?
I think Becca might be having problems.
I think she's frozen.
I was waiting for you to be like, yeah, sorry about Tuck. She just stabs people.
Yeah, Becca's frozen. No!
Oh, no.
So,
What
how
if we
you doing?
refresh it?
Oh, I'm fine.
You're gonna end up being like Matt last night when he was talking as Zara and
And
Cash.
Cash. Oh my god, that was amazing.
His cash
He
was
had-
on point.
he does such a good Cash. Oh my god.
That was amazing.
Wow.
It's
That's
one
what
of my
happens when
favorite-
you just observe, kids. You get to do an awesome
Right?
impression.
So,
So hey guys.
wait, we don't have a geekins. Go to some. We really need to have something to go.
Don't we
Yes.
have the half-assed crew shirt? Are those still
Hey,
available?
for every dollar you
think they're still
donate,
there.
I'll get this fucking flower crown.
Right?
Yeah,
Is
no,
Tuck still wearing her flower crown? Like, does she still have it on?
Yeah. It's just more sort of, instead of like at the front, it's more sort of at the
It's
back.
like it's more a tiara. It's more Queen Anne.
It's more sort of
Ponytail holder?
it's just part of her dreadlocks now.
Cool.
It's just
I like
around.
it. I like it. It's kind of like how Roz has her like braid around her back.
Yeah,
Thanks
yeah.
for that, Snicket.
That braid actually looks like what Leia wore in the new Star Wars thing. Like that's what her hair's like. Oh my god.
Love it.
Okay, now I think it's back.
Hey, girl.
Hello, and illustrious
I
DM.
wanted. I'm sorry.
My Roll20 decided to take a poop on itself.
Took a
We
boom
saw
boom.
that.
Yep. It just went.
That scene was fucking amazing, by the way.
Mm.
Reed, you were.
Yes.
Which one?
It cut out right as you were beginning, so I missed whatever you said.
So, Spyro, is it?
He kind of looks at you and he's like, "Yeah."
I hear you're a cleric.
He goes, "Yeah."
I'm not entirely familiar with what that means. Are you you were a follower of a god?
Yeah, I was raised by my dad to be a cleric of Celestion, which is, and he points to his forearm to the like half moon looking one with the 7 points. He's like, which is this symbol. But he's a god of knowledge, and what better way to continue learning than to learn about other gods, which is how I got the rest of them. And I'm still going, but this is what I got so far.
Okay, so who may I ask who you follow currently?
Still Celestion, like that's who I am a cleric of.
Okay.
But I've picked up a few tips and tricks, I guess you could say, from other deities and other clerics.
Thief.
Okay, but so you started with Celestion and then point to that one, and then you moved on to point straight at the death one.
Subtle.
He kind of looks at it and he's like,
Perfect.
"Yeah, that one usually gets people questioning."
Well, no, I mean I'm just curious about the order of other you've picked up because I'm not sure I'm familiar with all of them and what they do.
That one. That one.
But yeah,
That
I want that one.
one. He's kind of like, "Yeah, Celestion is, like I said, my main, who I am a cleric of. And then I learned about Cord and went to a few of his temples and met with some of his clerics, and learned a few things just about war in general and a couple of spells, I guess, to help with that aspect of life.
of course.
And then I went to Pelor. I skipped one. Oh, I did.
Imagining him like talking to himself under his breath.
Then I went to
Starts
Pelor.
getting his diary out. When did I go to the thing?
And I learned a lot of healing type stuff. And
Which we
different.
definitely welcome. I hate to admit that you probably will get to put that to some use at some point with us.
He kind of laughs.
Poison
And
dagger.
he just kind of looks at the rest of the group and he's like, "I can see that, especially since you got 2 bruisers over there." And he kind of points to the half orc and the little gnome.
Oh yeah, they go down all the time.
I don't.
You're both asleep. And then he's like, and then there was Navril. I don't know. It was different. Obviously, since he's, a god of death. But I still learned. Mostly defensive spells.
Protections
More
against
for-
the dark arts.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Do you hear something?
Yeah, it's my cat. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I open up my door and it's this cat going meow. Oh
We
god.
were just concerned. We were like,
I'm like, who owns a cat?
Hang on.
It's fine. It's fine. I just wasn't sure if that was like intended from somewhere or not. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, defense against the dark arts. Right. Okay. Yeah.
preferably topic pressing.
As you guys are talking, Reed, I'm gonna need you to make a perception check. By the way.
Mother puss bucket. Why am I on
Is this
watch?
deerception or is this real perception? Oh, that's not the Spyro. I forgot.
Right, that's not me. But so as he's kind of starting to explain that last tattoo, he kind of pauses for a second and he looks at you, and you both hear the flapping of wings up above.
Looking up very carefully.
And he kind of looks at you.
I've got dark vision 60 feet, so I don't know if that'll make a difference.
Yeah, well, he doesn't, so that might help. But he like gets up and he goes over and kind of nudges Chester. And Chester like kind of shakes awake.
He sleeps.
Yeah. He was like resting.
What else is he meant to do when we're asleep?
It's just cute. I'm sorry, continue.
But he's
Plays cards with himself.
Spiral kneels down next to Chester and he just looks at him and he goes, "Are we close?" And you see Chester kind of like pop like half of his lid open and stick his little tongue out, and there's a piece of paper. And Spiral picks it up, comes back over to you, Reed, opens it, and it says yes.
Yes, we're close.
I don't think they'll be able to see us with the trees this dense. But we should probably follow them because they might be able to lead us. Or at least help get us in.
See what, follow
Now?
what?
Some of the mutants or whatever the hell they're called,
Rude.
they... You're
Slur.
asleep. Mutating, whatever. Not mutating. Meditating is what I meant to say there. Anyway. He's like... Some of them have learned to ride flying creatures.
Like wyverns with teeth.
You are asleep.
Is it just like Percy rhyming in his sleep?
What kind of flying creatures?
Anything from a griffin to a wyvern. Depends on the rider.
Variety, good. Okay.
But if we follow them, I'm assuming that the entrance to this keep isn't exactly easy to get into.
Well, here's the thing. If they can't see us yet, do we want to wake everyone up and go? Well, we can. Do I actually see them?
No, you hear like a faint flapping of wings, like kind of coming from where you guys were, and it sounds like it's gonna come like over top of you relatively soon. But because it's so quiet in the woods, you can hear it. It's kind of like echoing, like up above.
I don't want to wake people to. All right, let's stay quiet and see. Hopefully, they'll pass us over. I don't want to. try and follow them in the middle of the night in the dark. We're not really all set for it.
Spyro kind of nods at you, and he's like, "It's probably a good plan."
So we will be quiet and wait to hear if the flapping continues on or sticks around, or what the flap does the flapping do?
What the flippity flap?
Flip flap wiggity wag.
You guys continue to sit there a little bit longer, and about 2 or 3 minutes pass, and then you hear the flapping get louder and louder as it kind of comes right over top of where you guys are. And then slowly kind of starts to disappear on the other side of you. And Spyro kind of like gazes around a little bit. I think we're okay.
Hang on, maybe.
What?
Quiet.
Oh, right. I think we're okay.
You're probably right. But I just want to make sure for a little bit longer. But yeah, we'll just kind of
Good plan.
we'll ride out the rest of the evening in silence, talking to each other like this if need be.
Yeah. And as the rest of your watch kind of goes on,
We'll wake up all
nothing-
drunk and
yeah, nothing happens. You do hear like another set of wings kind of go past at one point, but they seem to be farther. They're not right over top of you. They're farther, like north, but still close enough that you can hear them as they kind of come over.
okay.
And
So
then
we'll wake
you
up the final watch, and I'll, message the information to both Aldrich and Seth
Okay.
regarding our the patrols that have passed nearby.
Gotcha.
Excuse not to talk to the random tree guy.
And he seems to kind of get the
Shade.
same gist. He just kind of nods, and he actually starts to climb one of the trees just to sit on like
Damn
a
it,
low
Seth, this is
branch.
why you have a stereotype.
Oh, look,
There
it's
you go.
Birdman again.
And then he actually sends his hawk up through the tree a little bit farther. But he's just kind of sitting on the branch, watching over and kind of almost keeping an ear out to the sky.
So sleeping yet trying to pay attention at the same time.
You can tell that he isn't actually sleeping. Like you have seen him kind of do that. A couple of other times, he'll just pretend like he's paying attention when he's not actually, and you can almost see this sense of not necessarily determination, but you know that this whole thing is very serious for him, just as it is for Ross. So you know that he is taking his watch as he should be. Your watch goes uneventful, and you guys get to see the pretty sunrise sort of coming through the light.
Do
of
they
the
hold
trees.
hands? Do they hold hands and sing Kumbaya?
One's in a tree, one's not. Not really.
Within press
yeah.
reach.
But so the morning comes, and everybody starts to kind of wake up. You see Seth kind of roll out of the tree. The hawk comes back down.
Trees again, Seth. Trees.
Told you he was a Birdman.
I'll
Look,
let
you
Tree
get a
Man.
high vantage point It helps. Sometimes.
There's a reason you have a nickname.
It's
They
weird.
barely know you,
Well-
and you have a nickname.
That's fine.
Shall we continue on?
Guess so.
Spyro kind of speaks up at this point. He's like, Chester said we're pretty close, so we might want to
Let's finish this.
try and be sneaky. Maybe.
Alright, I cast Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah, I'll roll sneak.
Time to fail at stealth.
That sounds like, yep.
Nice.
It's average, so 21.
And of course, I roll at disadvantage
Why do you roll disadvantage?
because I have armor on.
Ah,
Still a 28 though.
still pretty
Read, Bobby.
You had 10, so it's 18. Where did Seth's thingy go?
I had
Where
to
did
get an
that
actual
thing go?
20, guys.
Oh, Puddin'.
It's sad.
It's sad. Oh, he's only a +1.
Ross and I are stealthy. Look at that. 30s.
Yeah, Thornton and I nailed it. We did really well too.
Stuff him, motherfucker.
That's awkward. Seth is not stealthy at all.
Didn't he roll 17?
No,
No,
that was
that-
Spyro.
This is Seth now that she rolled.
He's still trying to pick all the branches out of his ass.
Yes. God damn, Seth. Can I like look at Seth and just be like,
Yes. He just kind of shrugs and he's like,
Yeah, and he'll
"What?"
just be like, I'm quiet, shut up. Why are you talking like that? I'm fine.
So as you guys are moving forward, you
Pass around a tree.
continue pushing forward with Chester in the lead. And he starts to take you a little bit farther north at this point. Again, you guys are you spend almost half the morning. It's probably like 10, 11 in the morning by the time you see any change in his pace. Which you guys have woken up maybe 8-ish. So, I mean, you were still a few hours away, but in the grand scheme of like traveling, and since you traveled all day yesterday,
According to a chest, we were close.
that's also true.
We're taking our
However-
advice from a chest.
Around
Motherfucker.
midday, Chester
Come on, girl,
slows
you can do
down, and you see him start to almost like get lowered to the ground.
If he could.
And then you see a very kind of thick area of trees in front of you, and that's where he stops.
All right, I drop down to sort of his level.
No, Chuck, don't go to his level. You're better than that.
As soon as I said those words, I was like, who's gonna say something first? Him or the chat? I
Well,
love
the
you.
chat has to catch up to the delay. So yeah.
Yeah, give it a bit.
Anyway,
Continue, please.
Are we here?
Yes.
Are we here?
I guess so. He stopped moving.
take a look around for
On the ground.
any flying people, or well, not flying people, but people on flying animals, or
Fly
rhinos with the
people,
wheelbarrow.
fly people.
Go ahead and all of you make perception checks.
Oh, goody.
Oh, this is gonna go swimmingly.
Did you say all of us make perception?
Consistently
All of you.
average. That is Tuck.
That 11.
Oh, should I make a perception check for Hayato?
No, you're
You
fine. You got a 23.
We'll just pretend he's
Um,
in a Pokeball.
so
Not a Pokeball.
we, Ross,
Very
and Thordrin, you guys kind of all creep up next to Chester. And as you peer kind of through where these thick, like this group of trees and there's brush kind of almost like encircling this area, you kind of peer through it and you indeed see a griffin kind of grazing about, as well as a wyvern kind of just grazing together in the same area. And then beyond them, you see did my connection just die? Or am I still
Yeah,
here?
something just happened with Roll20 for a second.
Oh, okay. I don't know what it did. It went
Yeah,
away
that was
though.
weird.
But you see a rather large it looks like an oak tree, but think of like the size of like red oaks and like how huge they are. You see this massive tree. And you see that there's ruins carved into the trunk of this huge, massive tree.
Oh, runes. I thought you said ruins, and I'm like, what?
Ruins. My bad.
Yes, the
I think I
Parthenon
did
is
say
built into
ruins,
the
but
tree.
whatever.
Yeah, it's all good.
And just beyond where the wyvern and the griffin are kind of eating grass, doing whatever, you actually see a couple of humanoid figures laying on the ground, and then one standing up, kind of packing up his stuff. The one standing up appears to be human. However, you notice that he is more built and more muscular than that of a standard human. Are you guys doing anything, or are you just
No, I'm just watching.
Watching.
okay? As you guys continue to sit there and watch, the human nudges the other ones that are still on the ground. You aren't quite close enough to hear them talking because they're talking in like a low whisper.
Just take an observant. Damn it.
But they are moving around, packing their stuff up. And then actually, you see another dwarf, the same kind of thing, very muscularly built, look very beefed up. He hops onto the griffin and actually takes off into the sky because there's room in between the trees circling and the big redwood in the middle. So the griffin takes off with the dwarf. The human is still sitting there, and then you see an elf that basically resembles, like, he kind of looks like a Legolas. Like, he has the like bleach blonde hair, kind of long. Doesn't appear to have any weapons on him. However, he then hops on the wyvern and does the same thing and takes off after the griffin, leaving the human behind.
What's the human doing?
The human, as you guys continue to watch, goes over to the tree stump, and there is a large, like, knot in the side of this redwood tree. And you see him just kind of clench his fist, look at it, and just punch right through this knot. And you kind of hear him like grunt in pain at this point, thinking that he's alone and being a little bit louder. However, you see him keep his hand in there for a second. And as he does, you see a door slide open from the trunk of the tree. And you see his muscles tense up again as he rips his hand out of this knot. And you see all this blood kind of come trickling down from it. It looks like a bunch of thorns had stuck in it and were just ripping up his entire hand. And he kind of shakes it off, looks around, and then heads through the door as it closes behind him.
Sorry.
It was a very
Sorry,
fast.
Aldrich. I'm gonna wait a little bit and then sneak up to the tree.
Should we let that wyvern get away?
He'll be back, probably.
Spyro looks at you and says, I'm sure there are more. It seems to be the favored mount of these guys.
We need as many as we can get.
I need to get.
Can I go up and examine that knot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. Tuck is consistently average.
From what you can tell, it's a knot that's kind of been like hollowed out, and there's just a bunch of thorns kind of sticking in it.
I take my hand and I turn to the rest of them and be like,
Either you or me.
all right.
No, Tuck.
What?
I don't want to look.
All right. I'm going to put my hand in.
I need you to make a strength check.
Straight strength.
Yep.
Yep.
Your hand goes about halfway in, and you feel the thorns kind of stick into your hand. However, it doesn't get all the way through whatever's in there. And the door doesn't move at all. You also take 7 points of piercing damage as you punch your hand halfway through the thorns.
I turn around. Is it open?
No, darling.
We should probably
Better
get
than the blood purse.
closer, though. Because given the speed which was the door closed behind the previous thing, if we're going to all go through on one punch, we should be ready to go.
Yes.
Can I take my hand back out?
You can. I need you to make another strength check.
Oh, darling.
You managed to pull it back out. However, there's a lot of thorns in your hand.
Oh, sweet girl.
Oh
no.
And you take 8 points of piercing damage as you pull it back.
darling,
That
I'm
was
so
a low
sorry.
roll.
Yeah, that's a low roll.
So it was 2. Hang on.
You're taking 15 total.
Yeah, no,
Because you're
I'm
not
just
ready.
counting with my fingers. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, darling.
All
I'm
right,
so
then I got a
sorry.
much smarter idea than throwing my hand into this stupid thing. I'm gonna activate my sword. I'm gonna burn those fucking thorns out of there.
Okay.
What?
Ross just makes a loud squeaky sound.
Well, technically, I had 2 chances.
Well,
Go ahead.
All right, you gonna put it in?
unless we're gonna do it sneaky, I'll try it.
We should probably sneak.
All right, let's try this.
Oh, but God, that looks like it really hurt. Oh, God.
I'm a porcupine.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
Aldrich, are you trying this?
Yeah, let's try it. I got a +5 to this shit.
Okay.
So are you going to burn it or are you going to put your hand in?
We're gonna try sneaky first before I destroy the door.
Yep.
We don't need to announce our presence.
All right, Jesus. 19.
You punch your hand through, and the tips of your fingers feel where the edge of the thorns are, but you can't quite reach whatever's behind those thorns.
Can I like push him up against the tree and give him like an extra couple of inches?
And as you do, you take 6 points of piercing damage as you punch your hand through it.
That's fine. That's fine. You're building character. Just let me.
I'd say, can I like take more damage and just shove my hand further in?
Go ahead and make another strength check.
With
push
with
him.
advantage because I'm like pushing him. I'm giving him
Yes.
to push him up against the. Yeah.
That's a 24.
Yes.
You manage to,
Advantage!
with Tuck's help, shove your hand through, and as you do take another few points of.
Okay.
You take 1 point of piercing damage as you shove your hand through, and then you kind of wiggle your like hand around, and you actually find a button behind the
Push the
thorns.
I'm gonna push the button.
You push the button, and the door slides open.
I bolt. I run right through.
Okay, I'm still holding him there. Be like, go, 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 go. I'm not yelling, I'm just whispering. Go, 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 go.
Hayate and I both same time right through.
Thornton's tiny
Yep,
leg.
Spyro and-
Stuff whatever's
Sure.
on the other side. We're good.
Tiny leg Thornton comes up behind.
I was to say Spyro's right with you, and then Seth is also behind you. Reed and
Can
Wee,
I-
are you guys in there?
Can I
Yep.
take
Yeah, go
one
through.
of my javelins and try and shunt the door permanently open?
You, from what you can tell, it's staying open as long as his hand is in there. Yeah.
Go.
Run. Go.
What are you gonna do?
I'll get through. Go.
All right, fine, I go.
And you guys can, as you guys enter, there's like a landing, not a landing area, but like a space where you kind of all can fit within, right inside of the door.
The tree has a foyer.
Yeah, basically.
Surely I can shunt
Tree.
whatever. Because I just don't want it to close.
It gave that other guy enough time. Surely he'll get through.
Maybe.
Aldrich, you're still standing there with your hand in the knot of a tree.
I'm gonna rip my hand out.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Ugh. Gnarly. Just
No
saying,
advantage anymore.
I better get scars like Kel for doing this.
Right?
Just
Right?
saying.
Right? Hot.
That's a natural 1.
Well, you're gonna have
So
a scar. It's gonna start around here.
As you try and pull your arm out, you just feel these thorns just scratch up your entire arm, but your hand doesn't really go anywhere. So you can still, like, your hand is still where the button is, but you do take some piercing damage as you basically roll your arm around within these thorns.
Can I go out and pull him out?
Don't stay. I'll get out.
Trick.
take 12
Oh,
points
Trick!
of piercing damage as
Oh,
you
there's one.
just
Thank God.
roll your arm around to try and pull it out.
This is
And you just
horrible.
kind of, you wince and you're like, That was a mistake.
Freaking doors, man.
All right, I'm gonna grit my teeth. I'm gonna
Scar
put my
actually has
foot on the
armor.
tree, and I'm just gonna rip my arm out.
Okay,
God, Aldrich.
roll with advantage.
Please tell
Since
me
you're
it was your
using
left
leverage.
hand.
That's 23. So 23.
Yeah, you at this point you just kind of close your eyes, grit your teeth, and just right out. Again, it catches you a little, not
I'm both-
quite as much.
I'm bolting through the door afterwards.
That's fine. It closes behind you. You take 7 more points of piercing damage from that last.
My
Can
eyes
you bolt through the door? Or did he pass out?
Aldrich's arm.
So that's 7, 14. That's 26 points of damage from a door.
Yep.
Doors are a
My
bitch, man.
eyes
What are you up on?
touch Aldrich's arm. Oh my god.
Aldrich.
Almost
Hey.
immediately as you come through,
And I try and fist bump him with my bloody arm. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
almost immediately as you come through, Spyro comes over to you, and again, he's like 3'1", so he kind of reaches up, and with his hands, he, without even really asking, he just grabs your arm,
I want to keep
and
the scars.
Yeah, he'll just do cure wounds. You're fine.
It doesn't matter anyway.
Get
Keeping the
shit
scars.
on.
First cure from our cleric, and it's a nap.
I'm just gonna
Yep.
stare at him, watching with my arm dripping, and I'm like, don't fucking touch me.
he's like, oh, okay.
Oh,
So
sweet
as-
boy.
I'm going to just like take a potion with my right hand and just pull the cork and do it myself.
He's like, okay, sorry.
Hey newbie, you want to do mine?
Yeah.
That's better.
And he comes over to you, Tuck. And again,
Yep.
still not great, but
Well, you did better. Good job, Run.
so now you are standing in the foyer of what is known as the Keep. And that's where we're gonna end it.
Ah!
Yes!
We didn't fight a thing this episode.
Except
know.
the door.
Feelings.
We fought feelings.
We did. There were a lot of feelings.
Oh.
And to be
feels
fair,
for the feels god.
Becca, Mike and I might text you the stuff I wanted to talk to Mike about, but there was no way I was going to follow up more feels with you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was the yep.
No,
sorry,
that
I
was
dropped
really
that on
good.
ya.
No. That was
No,
amazing.
don't apologize.
Never
for-
No, that
apologize
was
for
amazing.
feels.
Never apologize for the feels.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh my god.
We finally get to
that
learn
story
stuff
in
about
me
Tuck.
just-
I was just like,
The husband thing I came up with last night. I had a
That was
weird
awesome.
I had a weird tuck dream and I woke up.
Dude, if you
I was
told us
gonna say,
earlier,
I
we could have.
didn't know that.
Somebody could have. I could have jumped on the Andy commission thing of having you just kind of look.
Yeah,
And Rob's going,
that's okay. There'll be art. Think of Grog's one. Instead of his going across, mine goes like almost like a
right.
what do you do with the
Autopsy?
frogs?
Oh. yeah, like a
Dissection.
Yeah.
Right, it's,
you're
I
dissecting.
imagine
Dissection,
it's almost like a surgical scar. Just like a complete, like,
A little
Opening
bit
up.
more jagged than that.
well, yeah, I mean, you know.
Oh, that was
Good
so
night,
fun.
stream.
Night
I-
stream.
Night
Thank you
stream.
so much,
Watching.
Steve. We love you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Adios.